Hello, everybody, and our whole overlay is missing. That should be better, much better. Don't know what happened there. We are here. Hello, everyone. I am excited to be back for episode 9. 9. It's hard to believe that we are already so close to tipping into an additional digit. 10 is just around the corner, and it is still so far away from being finished. Not that any of you have asked for that, but we are still so far away from being finished, and I think that's kind of cool. Because we've only just cracked this egg. The story is still unfolding before us. And I would like, if we can, let's try to recall a little bit about what happened last time we played. Can we do that? Good talk. That's accurate. That's accurate to every degree thus far. So far, so good. What else happened? Does anybody remember much about the crying woman? Oh, that makes sense. Sorry. There was some deaf in there. Forgive me. This should be better now. So the recap is essentially thus far what you guys have, what you missed in this. We saw that Aaron's sister, Leona, had some ribbon that was tied betwixt her fingers. And this was a signifier that essentially, more or less, we are going to witness a marriage, an event between two people. You guys have a good, or at least a strong enough understanding of how marriage might occur, but their circumstances are relatively unique. Aaron and the rest of the party have been missing for the last 20 years, 21 years to be precise. When Aaron last saw his sister, she was 8 years old. She's now quickly approaching 30. And Aaron hasn't really aged much in the way of a day. On top of that, she is to be wed to someone that he was raised with. It was sort of an adoptive family. See, he was not necessarily loaned to, but he was awarded to the guard captain of one Tercion Skellering. Tercion Skellering was a friend of his father's, and for reasons, he had to be dropped off in the town. So Aaron Reeve, unless I'm mistaken, Aaron was dropped off to the one Tercion Skellering, guard captain of Cauldron. And he was stuck. He was awarded the position of page, of an electee, a hiring of sorts. Didn't really have much of in the way of a choice. He was raised hard, he was raised fast, and he learned the law. He had a lot to look forward to, and so much to not look forward to. However, after 21 years of being missing, the world moved on without them. And this is where we catch up with that conversation. So how did that conversation go now? So everyone can hear this. You guys should be able to hear it now.
That conversation was... It was hard, but Aaron, I think at the end of the day, behind all the feelings and everything crazy that's going on, he was happy for Tercion as well, the guard captain, who he found out they were engaged with. only wish, like, hey, you could have informed me earlier. I understand everything that's going on, and please make some time later. Would love to talk to you both. Um, but I think at the end of it, the conversation was both me and Leona couldn't let on everything that we were feeling,
Correct.
but some pleasantries were exchanged, and I let her get on with her day because she's the vice guard captain and she has duties to attend to.
Sort of a humbling experience in a roundabout way. No matter how you kind of slice this, this is someone you looked after. You defended not only her existence but her honor, the livelihood of your family. You were trying to build a future for both of you. Mostly because you had no idea what the world was going to bring, and now she's ruffling your hair, the top of your head. You know, she's existing in such a way in space that it's strange, right? Like you're not. This is a child to you, but they're very clearly not. So you want to protect them, but at the same time, you're staring across from this person who has had 21 years of weathered fighting under a guard, under the guard. So, I mean, frankly, like without mincing words, she could probably kick your ass. And Lord knows you don't want that. You don't want that.
No,
I do.
Noted.
To speak for yourself.
That's right. Speak for yourself.
Noted. Well, I mean, sorry, boys. You're about 14 years too late.
God damn it.
What else occurred after this meeting with Leona? Where do we go from there?
Still at the tip tankard, the young lady came in and started talking to the matron. She was crying about her missing fiance.
Yes.
Who disappeared 3 days before their wedding date. They both worked there, apparently. She's a barmaid, and he was the barkeep.
Barkeep, yes.
Correct, he was. Do you remember their names?
Amelie Durante and Griffin Malek.
Yes, correct. Amelie Durante and Griffin Malek. Yep, keep going.
She talked to the matron for a little while. Then she burst out, going to the next place, wherever she was going. The matron sent her husband to go talk to the church on her behalf because she was getting upset that nothing was being done for Amelie.
Yeah.
After all this time that he's been missing. And then we went outside to catch up to her and have a conversation with her about helping her.
Yeah, because some of us had caught her as she burst out the first time, because Rowan was still in Tip Tankard when she burst out the first time. And then Carter and Solsora caught up to her and tried to figure out what was wrong.
What are the circumstances? Did they just split? Was it like just an agreed upon, like, this is too much, should we step away, or what happened?
He just vanished with no word.
And was supposed to be married 3 days after the day he was disappeared.
Yeah. Okay, so you met with Amelie. You heard her story. She broke down in front of you. Where do we go from there?
To the orphanage. Oh, but then there was a little interlude first with Aiden.
Then Aiden got snobbed at by the provost from the academy that he used to be a student at. And basically indicating that any and all connections he may have at the academy are now a moot point. And then we proceeded to the Church of Palor again with Aaron and them in tow to maybe finally check on Amelie and that it was a twofold purpose. Primarily to check on Amelie and them because that was one of the churches that they were going to, and two, maybe finally with guard member in tow, they would take me seriously because they went all bureaucratic and snobby at me the last time I tried to have my potentially corrupted leg looked at, and
yeah.
And then I was made to look like an insane man because we pulled it up and all of a sudden the wound's no longer there.
It was amazing.
Were you made to look like an insane man, or did you have some accompaniment on looking like an insane man?
Well, we were at the Church of Palor, and we had Carter, so, you know.
You did have Carter. Carter, he said some stuff. He said some stuff. How did that, look?
Hey, y'all just let me speak, and you shouldn't be surprised that we look insane.
Carter doesn't tell any lies. He tells people the truth, whether they should hear it or not.
There was an angel in the basement, man.
There was.
There was an angel in the basement.
Yeah.
And every time we describe exactly what happened to us prior to this point, we sound even more insane. Even though we're the ones that did it, we still sound crazy.
That's true. That's completely true. Okay. All right. Got it. Heard. So you look crazy.
Yes.
But you got healed.
Yes, I was healed. Yes, the wound now seemed to almost basically no longer ever have existed in the first place, if not for the very faintest marks of where it may have been.
So the Church of Palor healed you.
In theory, yes.
In theory, yes. I feel like there's some more there. There's some details that were kind of lapsed by. We just glanced over it.
Well, the first time I went, the guy was kind of snarky and all about bureaucratic nonsense. And as I was walking out the door after being unsatisfied, he gave me a smack right on the wound. And we are assuming that is when healing magic may have been applied. But then again, we don't know for sure. We all know what assumptions do.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
also Carter.
You got no proof, right? You have no proof either way, but it did make you look a little insane when you were complaining about being attacked by undead baboons, and you had a vicious bite, and you showed your ankle, and there was nothing there. There's just a couple of pink little scar marks there. Just a little guy.
Well, even though we sounded insane, the acolyte offered Carter a side job as a healer, even though he's crazy. Still offered him a job.
Also offered assistance if I needed to get you to the insane asylum.
Yep. Straight jackets for everybody.
Yeah. That's not wrong.
And though this wasn't last session, I do want to draw attention to the fact that we also sound insane because the only thing we can say with certainty is we were at the place when the fire broke out that happened 20 years ago. And we left. So we look even more insane because we look like we're just the insane arsonist that lit the whole building on fire and left.
Yeah.
And once again, Aiden is being looked at as the primary suspect as the start of said arson.
So that's not untrue.
It was the Roots, man. They smacked the ladle, man.
Did the Roots also set the fire?
That's right, man.
I mean, if we gave them the supplies, they probably could have.
The Roots took out a big lighter and lit a...
Shaky, not gonna lie. So
They crave warmth. They crave the heat of the fire.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and that, you know what? That sounds like where the session ended, right? Nothing else could have happened.
Nothing at all happened after that.
Nah.
Of course not.
The priest had lots to say.
Okay.
We skipped the orphanage. We went to the orphanage. We met a young dwarf gardener there.
You have a name?
Jaromir Copperbeard.
Yep, Jaromir Copperbeard. Yeah, younger dwarf, short beard. What was his role at the orphanage?
Gardener.
Yeah. Functioning gardener of the. Do you have the name of the orphanage?
Street?
Lantern Street.
Lantern
Orphanage.
Street Orphanage.
It's a Lantern Street Orphanage. That's right, Lantern Street Orphanage. Yes. And what did Jaromir say to you?
Told us about the condition of the orphanage, about the kids disappearing.
Yeah,
Told us a little bit about the other people that volunteer there. Was it like 3 other people? Tamar, Neva, and Patch? That also
yeah, that sounds correct.
And
Gretchen is the matron of the
Yes. Yeah, there are a total of 5 people that work at the orphanage. 5 adults, and the rest are children.
Yes, and we found that not only was Rem missing, but, a number of others.
4 other children went missing. Rem was the first to go, and then 4 more disappeared. Was that fast? Was it just like one a night?
No. All same night, just taken. Like, they all went to bed, and then they weren't there next morning.
Man, that's a lot. Who would take in so many orphans, right? Like, that's a lot of scheduled toothbrushing time, lots of like scheduled bath work.
Just a really good person.
They
found them a home finally.
Yeah.
That's
Four orphans at once.
It's the mines.
That's right.
It was such a good person that there's an entire list of people that have all been missing since 88 days ago.
Yeah. Which led you guys, after the orphanage, you decided to seek out the guard captain.
Tercion.
Yeah, one Tercion Skellerang. Yeah, which of course, I now have a handout for you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys like your handouts, right? I have a character here for you to check out. A one Tercion Skellerang. Show to players. Show to everyone.
Handouts.
That should be on the center of your screen now. That is Tercion Skellerang. For those watching at home, that's what he looks like there. That's Terce. Good old Tercy.
He's not good enough for Leona.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to say definitely not good enough for Leona.
Not good enough. That's crazy. Oh, man. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's insane. All
Not
right.
time at all.
So you have access to him there. There he is. You know what he looks like. You know enough about him. Or at least that's the thought. But you had a conversation with him.
Yep.
How'd that go?
We learned of a list of 25 people that have gone missing over the past 3 months.
Correct. Yeah.
And yeah.
And your continued stay in the city is entirely up to me.
He literally said he would yeet us from the top of the Malachite walls if Aaron said we were no good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Such a lovely fiance.
And Aaron, you were afforded 2 options.
Mm-hmm.
What options were you given?
Be your sister's bitch.
I was given the option to continue my guardship as basically a page under Leona until I basically caught up with the changes that were made to the guard over the last 21 years. Or I could drop my guard title and return to just normal citizenship.
Yeah. You were to be remanded to the position of page, training guard, more or less, under your sister, Leona Reeve. Potentially soon to be a one Leona Skellerang.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could find a Rego Dego job, affording that you had the knowledge, skill, and wherewithal to find your way back into the general populace. You had a week. You guys had a week to look over the details of this list of people. I am curious if anyone looked over these details, if you found any correlations between anyone aside from the 4 missing children. Technically 5.
Well, there were a couple that were taken at the same time as couples.
Correct.
But there one, they weren't a couple, but they were both roughly in the same place. They were both prostitutes, so taken on the same night as well.
Yes. Yes. But you weren't able really to define any other correlations. There were no threads that could tie them together, short of the fact that they all went missing under the cover of nightfall.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of them that are like their professions lend to something going on.
They very well could, yeah.
So something bigger, like you have alchemists and mages and sages, and you had a jeweler and
Whores.
Well, the whores got to keep everybody happy while they're working.
I
Well,
suppose.
A barkeep to serve them liquor while they're working. You know.
The one thing I noticed, there were no children taken until just this very latest abduction.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Immediately, no children were taken. There were some younger individuals, but never as young as they. I think the youngest taken was
taken with an adult, 18.
Correct.
Other than the children.
Correct.
No full elves and no orcs were taken.
Correct. You have noted that the elven populace is relatively small. The orc populace is also very, very small in the city.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that weird if neither of them were taking, because there's just not that many of them to be taken in the first place. If this is I don't know if they're doing it by request or they're looking for some specific characteristic between them all.
Sure.
It's likely there is one. It's just
to abduct people without any signs means there was planned. These people were planned to be abducted, and they know it was
either
it wasn't
either
just random.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Ivy.
I was just saying, since some of them disappeared together, I'm wondering if it was like what they only wanted one of them, and the other one saw it, and they couldn't make them shut up, so they took both of them. Or like some of them have jobs that would be good to like have at your disposal, but others are also like a lamplighter. Like, what do you do with a lamplighter?
Well,
light the lamps that the chandelier person makes.
Well, here's the thing that I noticed. Of the 25 people missing, only 3 of them were taken off the street. All the others were abducted from wherever they were staying.
That is correct.
So one of the things we're going to look at is how are they getting access to these places, first of all, assuming that is people and not, divine intervention snatching them up into the air.
Right.
Additionally, something strange is happening because anybody related to these people that were also around never heard any struggle. Like, they never heard any noise that would have indicated they left. They just straight up left with no noise, no trace.
Yeah, and you would think if the adults aren't struggling, at least the children would. Unless, of course, someone in the orphanage was in on it and let them out the back door. At least from what we could, at least from the sense motives or the
Correct
conversation with Yaromir, he knows nothing about it other that the kids are missing, and what's his name was sleeping in the bed by the back door.
Patch.
So they would have to go through Patch in order to get them out of the building.
Even though there is a busted window.
There is, but
unless, of course, they had a key to the front door.
The front door that wasn't really even on its hinges?
Yep.
It's to be determined. You guys have a lot of information, and more is coming. But the session didn't end with this investigation and speculation of what is to occur. It ended with a plaintive cry from a nearby alley. You heard the sounds of someone calling for help. But before we dive into our game, it is worth noting that for those of you watching at home, you can impact this game in a couple of ways. If you wish to see some wild magic threads be spun into the story, you can do so by supporting on patreon.com/BubTalks. Join the right level and make it happen. That's something that you guys can do. If you decide that you want to maybe impact it in live play in this very moment, you can do that with gifted subs. Gifted subs will help us unlock these right over here. Bam. These are luck rerolls. Every time we hit an integer of 10, it will unlock another luck reroll. They can reroll anything with an exception to damage. That's it. They just can't reroll damage. And that's pretty straightforward for right now. So, as we dive into our story, let's talk about that story for a second. You see, the world loves a clean story. A scream in the dark, a wrong in an alley, and that quiet voice inside that says, if we don't step in, who will? But my friends, it is worth noting that heroism, it's not a medal. It's a receipt. See, some rewards shine like gold and weigh like stone because the prize is oftentimes just being seen. And once the world knows your name, it starts assigning you work. Expectations that you never agreed to, enemies you didn't earn, consequences that don't care that you meant well. And tonight, you've overheard an attack. Now, you don't have to act. No law binds you. No oath in ink. Only the old dangerous impulse of, I can't ignore this. So, understand what kind of story this is. Doing the right thing doesn't guarantee a happy ending. Okay? Sleeping in might save a life. Stepping in right in this moment might paint you the victor. Or it might ruin your life and paint you the villain. The cost of getting involved is rarely paid up front, my friends. It is paid later. So when the knight reaches out and asks for witnesses, tell me, do you keep walking? Or do you get involved? We pick up immediately on the wretched drizzle, raining ashen gray sky pouring across the rooftops. As that cry rings out in the streets, you can tell that the people want to intervene at no degree and no angle. The windows shudder. The candles dampen. The runoff from each rooftop muffles the sounds of life in this area, but the plaintive cry, the call for aid, that's like a beacon in the darkness to some of you. Some of you can't afford to not lend aid. So if you would like to interject, if you would like to act in these moments, if you find yourself turning into that darkened alley away from the street gutters and the rivulets of running rain in the direction of that cry, do me a favor right in this moment and roll for initiative. Make sure you click on your token first before you roll.
Shit.
Are you gonna let me have the better initiative roll because I clicked my token that time?
Okay, yeah, I'm re-rolling that. That's better.
Mine's almost the same.
I'll reroll that.
Okay, let's check mine.
Hayden goes first.
That's wild.
That's wild.
Also, me not clicking my token got me double initiative, smiley face. 18, what the?
That's pretty good. Can't be mad at that.
That's pretty good.
They just rolled really high.
At the top of
Me
initiative,
too.
Aiden. The lot of you have just stepped out of the guard, captains. You've begun moving in the direction of Aaron's home. He said he needed to get a few things. It wasn't far, 10 minutes at most, but it's far enough away that that cry isn't going to beckon the aid of one Tercian Skellering or a Leona Reeve.
My head tells me it would be a fool to get involved, but my heart is the one running my feet. I am hurrying towards the alleyway where the cry for help is. At the same time, I'm placing my hand upon my chest and casting Mage Armor.
Okay. Immediately, Aiden is the first to react. He picks up speed from your normal walk, casts a spell upon himself, and you can see this almost oblative-like shield begin to glow over the top of his body, forming this arcane-like armor.
And I
Sora.
look in, and do I get close enough to see anything in the alley or not?
Give me a perception. '20's pretty big. As you peer down the length of the alley, it's a very narrow alley itself. It's probably about 11 or 12 feet wide, but it cuts over to the next street. Now remember, the way the Cauldron is designed, it's on almost like a significant, like 15 degree scale downward into the bowl. And you're running downward into the bowl. You witness 3 figures bound the length of a corner about 60 feet away, dipping into an interior alley before breaking on the way to the next street down, which is about 90 feet away. That's the next length of road. It's going to take you at least a round to get there.
Aiden's just going to pant. I see 3 as he hurries along.
Solsora.
So Sora's gonna follow closely behind Aiden, and she's gonna cast invisibility on herself.
Wild. Okay. Solsora, you know you have the unfortunate downside of having wee little legs.
For sure. I have pretty short legs, but I figured that if they can at least get to them faster, that me being invisible will allow me some sort of help to them when I get there.
Yes. They begin to pace on beyond you, despite your quick interaction. Carter!
I am just basically sprinting in where I heard the noise, and I assume that I can see Aiden, but I probably can't even see which corner they dipped around.
You can't.
So
You can't. You can see where Aiden's going because he's just in front of you. He's acting literally just on the same step, but probably a few feet in front of you.
I'm probably just doing then my best to. He runs on instinct. If he sees which direction they are going in, he's just gonna keep trying to move until he can spot someone.
Got it. Makes sense. You will continue. Frankly, you could probably move faster than most of them. That being said, it does not benefit you to run faster than anyone if you can't see that far. These damned eyes of yours, my friend. Aaron Reeve, what do you do?
Where are we at right now?
On the map, doesn't really matter. You're going into headspace. This map is way too large for us to coordinate something like this. So just know that you're 30 feet from the corner of a turn where you know that they've darted down the alley.
Gotcha. Were they hauling someone with them?
They were not. They were what looked like, in the vision of, in this case, Aiden, they were chasing. They were in pursuit of someone. But Aiden hasn't said that yet.
Okay. They weren't hauling anyone, and I don't see anyone. Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha. Aaron will run after them, but he will yell, "Don't muddy up the tracks. We can use those."
Got it. So he immediately falls into the role of like performative investigation. Encourages you not to step in the way of track or footfall. I feel like most everyone is throwing caution to the wind on this cause, right? I don't presume people are dodging out of the way of tracks. If you could even tell where they were to begin with. Bear in mind, most of the streets, when it comes to these alleys, are cobble. It's hewn cobble, but they're not they're not traipsing through mud. So
gotcha. Okay, in that case, I thought it was muddy, more muddy than it is, but
any mud we find in the alleyway is not mud.
Yep, it's a different kind of mud.
Gotcha. In that case, if it's not super muddy out, like then he wouldn't bother with it. He'll just run at full speed.
Just moving at full speed. Got it. And that takes us to Rowan.
How like tall are these buildings compared to like where the barracks are? Where like, because didn't Skellering have a window like in his thing that he looked out of? Like I think you described he had a window they looked out of.
Yeah. So these particular buildings up on this row, as you're getting closer and closer to the bowl, they start falling into like single stories or just like low walled flats, just because they don't have the occurring finances, right? So here it's more like for this particular street, it's a lot more like, I don't want to say middle income, but it's like high for the low end. So you're looking at like they're stacking houses. So these are essentially 2-story homes. And they sort of like blanch down as they hit like the 15-degree angle where the building stops. It cuts into another like jump down, but it would be difficult climbing to the top of these from your current location.
I didn't want to climb, but like from where his window is, would he be able to see down into the bowl, Skellering, or no? It's looking a different way. That's what I was trying to get at.
He probably would not be able to see clearly down into the bowl. Like there are a few streets that have a straight shot down in, but his is not there.
Okay. Because I was gonna ask Aiden to put up his lights, like a sign in the sky. I don't know how high they can go, but if you can go above the buildings, are they 30 feet? Your lights?
Yeah, right now, 30 feet.
Then I'm just gonna, I'll shift my hands and my eyes, and then I'll move at full speed.
Got it. You continue moving alongside them. Your vision falls into which bar are you looking into? Like night vision?
Dark vision. Yeah.
Dark vision. Got it. You're moving into full dark vision spectrum. Everything starts to shift to hues of gray. You do not catch the darkest winges of black so far as you can see. Everything moves into like palette of grays. It's much easier for you to cut out definition. This is a way for you to sort of pick up a lot of the finer details. Is it beautiful? No. But is it sight in a dark space? Yes. And for your hands, is it like elongating of your fingers? Or are you drawing out claws?
Yeah, the fingers and the claws, like the whole hand will shift on both.
Got it. That's what I needed to hear. Top of the initiative line.
I am continuing ahead, hitting the corner. Said it was 30 feet ahead, so 30 feet, hit the corner, turn right.
Are you moving at full speed?
Yes, I am doing a full double move.
Okay, in your full double move, so you can get there. You can end your round there. I would let you make it there in a singular move action from a run. But you would have to succeed in a reflex in order to basically stabilize yourself, because it's rainy cobblestone at a downward angle, and it's still not entirely cobble. There is still like soil and what have you. It's slick. This is relatively slick. So you make the call. You either get to it and you end your turn right at the corner, or you risk it to try to have access to a standard action.
Sure, let's get muddy because, I want to look even more like a beggar.
Got it. Okay, then give me a reflex save. I'm looking for a 13. That's massive. You probably stop every bit of 10 feet before. Like, you basically turn on your heel and lean into the angle, and your body comes to a slide as you slide just in field of view. And you witness at the end of the alley, these 3 men are huddled around someone. It's probably about 30 feet down. And you can just see them repeatedly striking. They are punching someone that is pressed up against the building. There's a cry and a voice coming from the end of the building itself. Help me! Help!
Distance away from me?
30 feet.
Aiden's just going to yell, "Hey!" And he is going to cast Daze.
I need a perception check. Let's get a perception here. I need to see if you're going to be able to make out the greater details here. It's a dark alley. They're wearing dark clothes. So knowing that you can see movement, and it looks like striking movement, Daze is going to be a little difficult. They don't really have it. Like, I'll permiss it. I think it's still permissible at this point. You're still getting enough details from moonlight above. But you can tell that it's not well lit here. This is like between houses. So people have already shuttered up their windows. It's relatively dark. It is still cloudy above. It's an ashen gray sky that's quickly moving into just pitch darkness. So you're casting Daze. They're going to get a will save.
Well, I can only target one because it is just a cantrip, and basically whichever one I see pulling back a fist or a club or whatever will be the one being targeted.
Got it.
I'm using Daze because, even if they're dazed, it's not like I am blasting them in the back with, an arcane bolt or anything.
Okay, and I'm looking for a DC 14. Here we go. Cool. Natural 15. We take it. The spell clouds the mind of the humanoid creature. It does have at range, which you will have just enough range in order to do so. It is a single humanoid. It seems to hit, and there's we're talking just a momentary pause as the hand sort of comes back down and just disappears into the darkness. You screaming doesn't seem to have much in the way of effect. I'm going to give them a chance to look back and see you guys.
Or just see Aiden. He's the only one that turned the corner.
Yeah, well, you guys will be, everybody's going to be coming here at roughly the same time, with an exception to Solsora. So they're not going to turn around for a half a second. They're going to look back and see you guys all sort of arriving at the same time.
Darn.
Okay, so only one of them seems to notice. Let's see, we're just going to leave it to a 50-50. Yeah, okay. There is just a brief moment where you feel like you see a flash of white or this almost ashen gray on the face of one of them, Jen. And they continue back in. Next in initiative line, Solsora. You unfortunately will have to double move in order to catch up.
That's fine. So Sora's not looking to catch up as fast as them. She's hoping that they will get there faster than her and she will come after that.
Yeah.
She's gonna take not a double move. She's gonna make sure to look around the other crossing streets to make sure that there's not more people coming now.
Give me a perception. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy because that is exactly what you needed.
Holy crap.
That is exactly what you needed. You notice as the others dart on, they push on, right? They catch the end of the alley. They're starting to slide to that stop. You can even tell that it looks like Aiden has begun casting a spell in the direction of those pursuing. You notice, you catch just about from here up, you see a single face of what looks to be, it's a bit more of a feminine face, but it's another bi-split face. It's the white face. It's white with the half black split. Someone is watching from over the top. From where they are, they see you as well, and they catch your eyes for just a moment.
She's invisible.
I'm invisible.
That doesn't mean they can't see you.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, so Sora will announce that we've got company. Just to whoever passes her, if she's not behind everybody already.
Where is this person?
She would show you, but she's invisible.
Yeah. I would tell them the direction that she is, because I can't point at it.
Okay. How would you say that?
There's a great question, because they're all ahead of me, because I'm slow.
Yeah.
I like how you said, because I'm slow.
I am, though. It's true. I have short legs. I don't know if Sora... Okay. I honestly kind of take that back. I don't know if Sora would have announced it, because they're already chasing the actual people that we're doing.
Sure.
So Sora's just going to watch this person that's watching her and see if they do anything. If they don't do anything, so Sora's not going to do anything about it, but she's watching them very closely.
She does something as you're watching.
Right.
Her eyes catch yours, and she goes like this.
Okay. So Sora will just keep it as a note, but she's gonna kind of stay more towards this woman than towards them.
Sure, gotcha.
Just in case she takes an offensive action.
That's so hard. You guys are level 2. That is so hard to hit a perception 25. I just want to be clear. It's crazy.
My +8 is good for something, goddammit.
Carter!
Well, I was moving with Aiden, so I want to get also to the end of the alleyway, and
I'll afford you the same thing. You can either take your double move and stop on your turn just at the end of the alley, or you can risk it for the biscuit. If you fail on a reflex, it's going to have you slide and fall prone, but if you succeed, you'll still get access to a standard ability.
I will do the reflex.
Gonna give me a reflex. I'm looking for a 12.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Okay, then I need another reflex, in this case, from Jen.
So you don't knock him over.
It's not going to be super hard. That's not great. That's not great. That's much better. That's much better. Okay, you feel his body hit yours, and your leg sort of starts to give a little bit, but you rebalance yourself, you stabilize, and you actually stop him from sliding as well. He's still standing, you're both still standing, and you're able to catch. What sort of standard action would you like to take here, Jackson?
So I can see the same thing that Aiden sees down the alleyway. I can hear the guy calling for help, screaming.
It's just at 30 feet. I need a perception from you if you want to make out some finer details. It's difficult because it's dark. Unless, of course, you have low light or dark vision.
I only have dark vision.
Oh,
that's
then
part of what my eyes don't see far, but they see well.
Then you can. I still need a perception.
Sounds good.
It's going to be a lot easier for you to make out the grander details here.
Unless it's
no
a nat 1
shot.
for 0.
No shot.
At that moment, just rain falls directly into your eyes.
Oh my god!
Sideways.
Gonna reroll. Can't be worse.
We've seen the high of being level 2 and the low of being level 2.
There we go.
That's so much better. From a natural 1 to a natural 19, man. I hear dice are random. Yeah.
They seem to have a grudge more than random.
No, I love that 0 because of the reason why I have the -1 to wisdom rolls.
You glance down the alley, and it's difficult at first for you to make heads or tails of what's going on. You just see a flurry of arms. And then as your eyes begin to focus on it and you adjust to the movement, there are 3 men, and they seem to be rapidly punching someone. They're basically beating someone that is sort of caved into the ground. They are laying half against the wall and half against the ground. They are turned sort of horizontal, and they're trying to shield themselves as they're calling for aid. What you can make out with an 18, they are wearing clergy's vestments. This is someone from the church that's being attacked.
Oh shit, is this the one that slapped Jen's leg? That'd be hilarious. Motherfucker, you didn't heal us, piece of shit.
So so I see they're attacking a member of the church.
Yes.
That's all Carter needs.
Yeah, I was about to say, time to start with spells. I still got my standard action. I want to just start booking it towards the group, and Mace wasn't drawn up until now, as he's just going to charge straight ahead towards them.
Okay, you were going to get to them. You're not going to be able to get to do anything else, mostly because it was a run to get that far, and then you had to stop. Now you're turning again. So I'll give you your move up to them, which is about 25 feet, and your draw, but you're not going to get to take an action.
Sounds good.
Aaron Yeager. What does Aaron do? Same scenario? Do you full run? Is this the full sprint? Or do you just exhaust your round at the end? You can just do the 60 feet to the end of the alley and sort of take in what's happening. Or, like I said to the others, you can run at full and risk it with a reflex and still take a standard action, which I would let you forego as an additional run. It really is because of forward momentum and rain that I'm even encouraging this to happen.
Aaron is going to move ahead 30 feet as his normal move action, and then he's going to be like, wait a minute, where did this bitch Solsora go to?
Bitch, the one that kept you alive is a bitch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Alive multiple times, mind you.
Yeah. She started moving, she went invisible, and now I don't hear her footsteps.
Give me a perception.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, okay, so something happened with Roll20. They've definitely changed the way that things work, because now critical fails are blue, stark blue, and then we have this lavender for critical successes.
Critical successes.
Which is kind of cool. I like it. Yeah, I like it. You are deft, okay? You are deft at finding minute details, even in the rain. And as you're pacing by, you overhear the sounds of her feet falling, her boots hitting the cobble, and you can see the splash of the rainwater that's lapping up against her boot and sort of cascading into you and off onto the sidewall. She was just there, and then she wasn't. And then context details, you can see that she's still there, but she's done something.
Okay.
You can still technically move, but I'm not gonna because you're wanting to just move the 30 and then take in the greater details of things. I'm not gonna afford you the reflex at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. If she stopped, it's for a reason.
She has not stopped. She's just not fast. That's the difference.
Oh, she hasn't. Okay.
Dwarves don't move very fast.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I don't get over encumbered, so.
They're meant for long distance.
That's right. That's right.
We're good in short bursts.
So basically what's happened is Sora's running. I was starting just behind her, but now I'm passing her.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Jumanji,
Yeah.
you know, when all of the animals are running and then you see you see the rhino at the end is she's built like a rhinoceros, dog. She's not going to move as quickly, but she's going to get there.
Mm. Gotcha.
My man's contemplating like he's a wizard right now, and he's still a human fighter. This is insane to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, if I know where Sora is still kind of running along with us, I'll take another 30 feet to kind of go my full movement.
Got it. Okay, I'm cool with that. I thought for some reason you were like, I know where she is. I shield bash whirlwind. I leave her face down in the alley.
Aaron secretly on the side of the Two-Face people.
Yeah, dude.
Hadouken!
Yeah, no joke. Okay. I'm with you. Then it's gonna go to Rowan.
I'm gonna take that reflex.
Give me a reflex.
Reroll that, and I'll use my last reroll. There we go.
Huge. In fact,
Can I ask how many rerolls do we have?
2. You guys
2.
technically are
Okay.
8 subs away from your third luck reroll. You're close, right? You guys are close. But starting with 2, I think, is great for this particular group. So you at 24, just describe it to me. Like you had a critical success in this, and I know it's a save, but you get to exhaust a little dexterous flourish. What does this look like when you kind of slide? Do you weave around them? Do you leap over the top and come to a halt? Like, what does that look like?
I think not weave around them, but I think he'd use his claws like on the building because he already has them out. So as he's sliding, he like digs it into the building and like grabs it so he can stop and come around the corner.
Yeah, I think it's fair
like, to hook around.
That the others, with an exception to Carter, would probably see that. Like, he drags his hand across the wall, and you hear the sound of mortar being tore up as he rends free the clay and some of the brick, whipping his body, like using the momentum to carry himself around that corner. They're very clear, like stark claw marks, where he's visibly a human, so far as you can tell, but that's not normal.
Just glad Sabretooth's on our side.
For now. Just wait.
It's coming, don't worry. And then like
there's still time.
There's still time. I'll roll a perception.
Give it to me.
23.
Yeah, same as what Carter has seen. You can see the vestments of clergy. What you can pick up here in additional detail is this is not, from what you can tell, the Church of Pelor. Their vestments are different. These are different colors, which I guess you're seeing in like the gray spectrum, but like even the designs on the robes are inherently different. You're not sure which it is, but it's not Pelor. You've seen at least 3 men of the Church of Pelor now.
Then since I see Crazy Carter up there, I'll join him. He can't be by himself, so that would be my end.
Got it. Top of the initiative line. You have a full round, Aiden. What do you do? You're seeing down this alley. You can see that Carter has started to run. He's drawn his mace.
Aiden's going to approach only 10 feet further, 10 feet closer.
Okay.
I mean, he's still
Come
aware
into perception, please. This will make it easier still, even moving at 10 feet. I think it'll still be easier for you to make out some greater details. Yeah, that's great. You can definitely tell that it's at least 3, but the sound, the calls for help are coming from a 4th person. You cannot make out the details because of the way that they're standing. They're obscuring someone, but you can tell that someone is definitely in trouble here.
Basically, Aiden's going to yell, "Hey, stop that!" You know, as he's not that much of a fighter, but he is used to just shouting over a brawl room and alerting his brothers who would take care of the physical stuff.
Okay.
And I am going to attempt to daze another target, a different one from the first time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to say the one on the far left. Critical fail. I'm going to use one of my luck rerolls. I succeed. Daze is not going to work. Not this time.
Fireball.
Again, there is that momentary pause, sort of like before, where it looks like it hit and he just shook his head to glance back at you. Do you wish to use any skills?
Well, I moved 10 feet and I did a standard action. I used perception.
No, I mean like you just go, "Hey, knock it off!" Like, are you yelling like a cat down the? Stop it! Like, do you try to pretend to be bigger than you are? Maybe you try to talk them down from whatever they're doing.
How about I'll put on my barkeep voice and attempt to intimidate them.
Okay, let's see what you got. Give me an intimidation. 18's not bad. 18's not bad. I like that. Can I get a sense motive? Yeah, everyone else but Aiden, give me a sense motive.
Am I also close enough?
Yeah, I think you're close enough.
Okay.
I don't sense shit.
Okay. Aaron and Carter. Yeah, Aaron and Carter. Both of you can hear this general tone that he's trying to emit. This isn't the first time that he's yelled out at this, acting not necessarily parental as much as authoritarian, as he declares, like, what do you say? Do you say stop it?
Yeah, it's basically a string of words like, stop it, get out of here, get your ass on the floor, get moving. It's just a general string of a barrage of.
Sure. Sure. Then I would like a perception, please, from, in this case, it's gonna be Carter.
Here we go again.
Got
I'd
it.
be next to Carter. Would it be me too? I was heading up also.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You would probably also get these details. You have a chance. Rowan, when he says this, it's not necessarily that the words fall flat. They don't miss their mark. You can catch the overall tone even if you can't make out the lingo, right? Even if you're not sure what the words are, you can hear the inflection and the tone in someone's voice, what they're trying to emit. But when you get close enough to them, when you close that gap, you're within like 10 feet of these guys, there feels like there is some sort of force. There's like a force about them. It's not what I would say is like their force of personality as much as it feels like it is like a wall. You even notice that some of the rain sort of hits this in a very odd way, and it's like it hits something and rolls down quickly.
I wouldn't even know how to relay that.
You wouldn't really be sure.
Yeah.
My turn.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, it's crazy compared to some of the things that you guys have seen thus far. Oh god, it's guys with sticks.
Oh no.
Not the thugs.
We understand guys with sticks. We do not understand undead fiendish baboons.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. We're going to start here. We're going to start with this one. +3. Oh, let's lean in with an intimidate. Yeah, we're going to go there first and see how intimidate is going to work on you guys. Probably not particularly well. It's not a very high skill for them.
Natural 20.
Yeah, right.
It rolled off an 18 into a 2. Yeah, thank you for cursing me like that. I appreciate that. You hear an overall piss off as one draws what looks to be some sort of like wooden club, like a literal thong and club, and they turn to strike at you, Carter. What is your AC, sir? I bet it's greater than
15.
9. Yeah,
it
turns out
is.
it's greater than 9. The other two stand and try to, or they successfully draw their weapons. One is going to step up and try to strike at you, Farm. Let's see if they can hit you. This one has a short sword. He pulls a short sword and he takes a swing, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's roll to confirm. Does not confirm. Bless. Bless. That would have been a hell of a way to start a fight.
Rowan's down.
Someone's missing another thumbnail.
You're going to take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
6 points as they slash across your chest.
Okay.
Soul Sora.
All right, check in on this lady sitting at the top. She done anything? She still just chilling at the top of where she was? Has she moved?
Have you taken your eyes off of her?
No, I will not have turned. I'm not turning. I'm keeping eye contact with her as long as she's keeping eye contact with me. So Sora's refusing to let go of seeing her in case she does something like disappear randomly, jump, whatever have you. So Sora's not taking eyes off her.
So Sora, she does do something. Because you've not taken your eyes off of her, you've got a greater idea of what's about to occur here. But she seems to draw, like it looks like her hand disappears, and as it comes up again, there's a coin in her hand, like so. She brings up her left hand, and as she flips it, and you see it start to spin in her fingers, as you're running, you can see your hand become apparent again, and invisibility falls away.
Wild. As soon as that becomes apparent, Sora will get closer to the others.
Okay. How far will you stop with Aiden? Do you move in deeper into the
I'm not
alley?
going to be deeper in, no. I just need to be close enough that they can hear me so I can tell them that we've got somebody behind us.
Okay, I mean, you will be like in your move round, you will be close to
I'm not trying to get like into the thing. I'm just trying to get close enough so they know that we've got people behind us that are
you are well
nothing.
enough into the mouth of the alley where the conflict is happening. So what do you say to them as you move? Do you turn and continue facing her?
I'm turning to continue facing her, yeah, because I want to make sure she doesn't start doing something where she disappears.
Things. I gotcha.
Yeah. I'm keeping my sentinel eyes on her so she doesn't all of a sudden end up behind some other party member. I was like, guys, we have another visitor behind us. I'm not going to say it with like a scared urgency, more of just like a, hey, let's keep in mind we're got people behind us now.
Okay. Do you have a weapon that you wish to draw?
Yes, I'd like to draw my Morning Star.
Got it. Carter, you overhear that you are being flanked.
Man just swung on me. Also, correction, I also wield the Morning Star. So, focus on one thing at a time.
Got it.
I'm gonna swing back.
Let's see what you got.
Carter doesn't know what flanking means anyway.
Everyone's always flanking me. I can't see.
Big blow.
Good lord!
He did.
That confirms. My word. You know what? We use the decks. We don't just lean on the dice. We use the deck. Sometimes it's bigger. Sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's worse. That's the nature of cards. So we're going to lean on our decks. And as I do a little shuffle, you just tell me when to stop upon your massive critical.
And stop.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. The Morning Star is both piercing and bludgeoning. You know what? I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. Where do you hit him?
He probably swings for center mass, like hooks underneath the missed blow and brings the Morning Star into his body.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Love that. Love that for you. It is. It's in piercing. It's called Perfect Strike. You do triple damage. So you. Let's see here. In your minimum damage times 3. So it's going to be 1 and 3 is 4, 4, 8, 12. So it is less than your max, which is wild. But guess what? I'm pretty sure that's all of his health.
Makes sense.
Want to verify here for reasons. Oh! No, he's alive. Not really.
Good for him.
Not for a lot longer. You connect with the torso of this man, and you hear the sound of the ribs crack under the blow of this Morning Star of yours, this gift from the gods that has afforded you an opportunity at calling forth justice and the light of Palor. And where you connect, he just struck you with a club, and it seemed to have almost no impact. But where you've connected with his torso, you hear as he crumples around your weapon. His body begins to go limp as it hangs upon the weight of your arm. Aaron. That man is that. Did you want to try something else? Because I don't really think you're gonna get a whole lot more off.
So I'm currently in this little.
This is for Jackson. Jackson, did you want to say anything?
I was saying if he's like leaning into me, Carter will like begin lowering his arms as if he wants to like begin just lowering to the ground. Like, you seem like you're done.
Oh man, poor guy. Poor guy. Aaron.
Okay. So just to confirm, I'm in this like little. I'm next to
Aiden.
I'm next to Aiden and this little.
And Solsora.
About 30 feet from where they're beating up this person, right?
Yes, Solsora is right next to you, and you hear that you have company. You follow her gaze upwards, and you can see that she appears to be looking at a rooftop. I just need a perception check and need you to break 14 because you have a destination which you're looking at. It's not going to be difficult, but I believe you still have the opportunity of failing, and you managed to do so. Do you reroll, or are you happy with this?
I don't have any more rerolls. So.
Got it. You look and you can't quite make it out. Maybe it's just the rainfall that's sort of obscuring, and it's affording a place for you to not be able to see them.
One moment. Let me double check that. I use one for my reflex, and
Did you use one?
I used one for initiative. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't have any more.
Got it. So you can't do what do you do then?
I reroll.
Oh
'cause,
man,
Chris,
Ivy has a reroll. Oh, that's crazy.
Ivy
Where did you get
does have
that
a reroll.
from?
That's wild.
How did that happen?
Did you want to use it right now? The next question.
No, I'll let the dice stay where they are. I know there's someone up there. I just can't see him.
You can't see them, right?
I will. I guess. So the guy Carter's dealing with is pretty much dealt with. I'm gonna move. I guess how far away is this group that's punching this guy?
30.
30 feet. All right, so I'll move 30 feet while drawing my sword.
Okay, you will need to, because of just the sheer size of the alley, you will need to have someone let you by, because they're currently it's a 2-by. So
Okay.
you would either need Carter or you would need Rowan to let you by. And I don't think Rowan's going to step down. Not anymore.
Nope. I got sliced.
Does Carter let me by?
You know what? If as Carter's trying to move this heavily injured guy now just to the ground out the way, if that can let Aaron by, then you allow that, then sure.
Okay. What do you do, Aaron?
Gotcha. He'll run by while drawing his sword.
Got it.
Yeah. By order of the city guard, lay down your weapons and let yourselves be brought into custody. And he'll intimidate them. So that's
The intimidate's
20
pretty good.
total.
The intimidate looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah. You make this demand. You throw out your intimidate, and you can tell from where you are that you've just sort of entered into a space where it doesn't really register why. You're used to people sort of throwing themselves down, oh no, it's the guard, right? But you also don't have the entourage.
Mm-hmm.
You also don't have current guard wearers. You might have and play the role, but you are lacking the general sort of wares, the arms and armaments, if you will. But still, I digress, you're there. You've made the declaration, your weapon is drawn. Rowan,
I attacked the one that attacked me.
make your attack.
The double attack.
You come through with a double attack. Nice. It's huge. That's a lot of damage. I'll go write that down. Got him. This is a double slash, right? You're raking your claws across their chest, trying to attack. Next we have top of the initiative line.
I'd probably say something too.
What would you say? Go for it.
He said bring you in. He didn't say alive.
I like it. I like it. Top of the initiative line. It's a cluster down there.
I'm going to look back to where Solsora is pointing, where this person behind us is.
Give me perception.
Good.
Aiden, as you glance back, you make out the shape of someone there. You have to blink a few times as you see them. you start to make out the greater details, and their face matches the face of those down the alley. It is this split, carved out white face with black paint on the outside to disguise whom they are. The darkened robes, they are in the midst of lowering their hand. A spinning coin is in their hand. And as you blink and clear out some of the rain, the next time that you blink, she seems to have disappeared. It's almost as if she ducked below the rooftop.
Damn it. Did you see where she went, Selsora? And seeing that Aiden had planned on triggering something in her direction, but since he doesn't have a target now, he's going to turn his face back towards the melee. And the one that he hasn't targeted yet, we will attempt to daze yet a third time.
Clear me a perception, please, as you peer down this, because it's hard to make out greater details. It's like there is a row of your men. And of course, you guys, you're blowing my mind with the criticals tonight. This is insane.
Only for perception.
See, I mean, now, if finally only we're getting any criticals at all.
That would have been my attack roll against her. All right, you know.
Okay. You see, you cast Daze. You're targeting.
I'm basically the one I haven't targeted yet. That is among the beaters.
Sure, I'll allow it. I will allow it. Boop. He's going to fail. Go ahead and ping Daze so people know what Daze does.
Yes, sir.
Basically, he cannot take an attacked action this round.
Correct, he cannot. Perfect. You manage to daze him, and it almost looks as if like his eyes sort of like pale over. There's a moment where he draws his club, and he's prepared to attack, but he stops. Like he's caught in a stare, as if something just reminded, like, I left the front door open. The oven is on. Like he's just stuck. He can't seem to break this focus. His hand slowly begins to lower before it dawns on him that he's weakening his resolve. He's lowering himself and performatively finding a position where he can be attacked. It's unfortunate as it is. Another figure enters the fray. A new figure enters the fray. From where you stand, I would like a perception, please, from Carter.
Oh, boy.
And Aaron. Yeah, Carter and Aaron.
Time to critically fail this.
Not me.
No, you like your focus is pretty intent on this guy. You're basically back to back, just trading blows. Gotcha. It's not hard, but a 1 is not enough. Your focus makes sense. It's probably solely on this man that is still sort of flinched down over the top of your weapon. You punctured through what little bit of leathers they happen to have, and your Morningstar is stuck. It's stuck to his chest, on top of the fact that what little bit of like linen seems to be hung and caught on each of the Morningstar spikes. But Aaron, what you see is a figure sort of fade out of this thin sliver crack of the wall. At first, it just looked like this hiss of smoke. Like something had just passed by, or like a moth had caught fire in that moment and it just went up in a poof. But it seems to drape out like the hook of a lanternfish's orb. And you realize that it's burning flame. It's a wick. It's elongated. And from that small crack, maybe but an inch wide, a shadow steps out over the body of the clergy. And it manifests in front of you as a person. You can't really make out the greater details, just that their face is split in this two-tone type paint, half white, half black, and in the shadow of their hand sits what looks to be a coin purse, though it's bound in leather, and there is a strange wick, probably about a foot long, that is burning from its top. She quickly reaches her unburdened hand down and grabs the clergy by the neck and lifts them to a standing position. And where her hand was wrapped up in the length of their clothing, she never lets go, but her hand slips through the linen, like shadow might pass through light, or like light might pass through shadow. Her mouth opens, and she looks to you, Aaron. Perhaps you should take these words back to the temple with your priest. The children are lost, and no longer to be sought by Cuthbert. And each of you can fight me here if you'd like, but it's your lives on the line for each inch of wick that burns down from this. Things will certainly end with a bang.
As she moves in, do I get an attack of opportunity?
You can try.
Wait, so
Do I want to try? Nah, I'm focused on this guy.
so you let the priest go and we go about our ways?
Of course. For now. If you wish to delve deeper, then you might find yourself caught up in something you'd rather not be on the wrong side of. They're gone. Leave them be. The others will be left. There's plenty more orphans to fill this place. Who cares if 4 or 5 are gone? So, take your present priest, and let this be known as a warning. You watch as another inch burns off the wick. What say you? Tick-tock.
Drop the priest and leave. We'll be keeping the one at our feet.
Carter.
Oh, I don't care about them. They're fine. They're not my problem. Not that they can offer you anything anyway. Cheap hires, common thugs.
Carter, you remember that trick from lunch?
Guys, that's enough. We're not putting an innocent life in danger.
Tick-tock, another inch burns away from the wick. The shorter it gets, the faster it burns. It's amazing how alchemical things can be these days. And I promise, I have nothing to lose.
You said it's a leather. It's basically like a leather bag with a wick going into it, right?
Yes. You can't make out what's on the inside. This could be a ruse. Or something significantly worse.
Can I sense motive her, Bub?
What would you like to sense, my friend? And you can try.
Whether she's kind of telling the truth about
Please, by all
this
means.
explosion, yeah. Ah, that's not gonna get anywhere.
You have every reason to believe that she's telling the truth. There is no tentative care or emotional devotion to these men. She says it plainly. Cheap hires, thugs.
How is the rain reacting to the wick? Like, it just seems to be like the wick burns despite it, or is she like keeping it out the rain?
It doesn't seem to have any impact. The wick burns further.
My morning star stuck in the guy.
You may leave. We will not chase you. It does more damage to both sides.
Oh, I wasn't worried about me leaving.
I want to tackle her.
Are you saying
Okay,
that out loud?
this will be fun.
Is that in Carter?
I
or
want to
above
tackle
board?
her.
I want to make her pay.
Because she's basically said, like, stop trying to help the orphans.
Correct.
Carter's a chaos gremlin, just not gremlin sized.
How close am I?
You're at the end of the alley.
30
Okay.
feet.
I'm like 30 feet.
Yeah. We're out of this one, Solsora.
You're at the blast range.
Not if I knock it out of her hand back 30 feet.
Right.
Also true.
There is this. You're against a wall.
So,
Can I hear this though?
Have I not told her that?
Very clearly, no.
Cool. So, what did she want? She just wants to leave, or does she want to take?
She wants us to stop investigating the disappearance.
Oh,
Yeah, she's telling us to stop looking for the missing orphans, which is why. Yeah, I'm gonna try and tackle her.
Okay. Give me a combat maneuver. CMB versus her CMD. Give me a reflex. Your body
Yeah.
passes right through her.
You have a reroll.
I
You-
do have a reroll.
Your body passes right through her.
Drew, if she's intangible, I got nothing.
You pass right through. It looks like a shadow, which is even more surprising as to how a shadow is holding a powder bag. More of the wick burns.
If I'm passing through her, can I just grab this bag from her? Eat it?
Well, you
Grab
wanted
the
to
wick?
tackle her, so I would
Yeah.
assume that you would tackle. I'm gonna guess I'm going for midsection, right?
Yeah.
You probably didn't, but that's not to say that you can't still.
Yeah, well, if I can't grab her, then either the bag's not here or I can grab the bag.
Okay. Perfect. Do you reach up from the ground and try to grab the bag? Because it basically you hit the wall and sort of drop down to one knee.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Can I get a perception check, please?
Because I'm so great at this.
You are so great. You guys are killing your rolls tonight.
For a change.
Until just this very moment.
I haven't made a single perception check without the use of a reroll, bub.
You feel like you can see the shape of the powder bag through her shadow. You're right. She's intangible. Even you are convinced that she's an actual shadow. How she's holding onto the bag is, well, beside you. You're not certain. Do you go for the bag?
I want to try and knock the bag away while getting between the bag and the priest.
As you hit the wall and you contemplate your next actions, she says, "Well done. Well done. You've discovered my secret. I'm not actually here. You can't hurt me. So let me continue this warning. You should know that the cleric lives not because of your bravado, but because we wish it to do so." She points a baleful finger at the man. Tell the woman at the church that it is in her best interest to silence herself, to look no longer if she knows what's best for her clan, her kin, and those under her roof. Do you still go for the bag?
Yes, I still go with the action of trying to make sure that bag is away from the priest and that I'm at least in between.
Give me a reflex.
I use my reroll. Cool.
It's meant to be.
Do you just try to swat it out of her hand? Do you try to grab it? What does this look like?
Yeah, like I'm trying to like swat it while like moving between her and the priest.
Okay. So this is what this is going to look like to the other two there, Aaron and Rowan. You see his eyes darting back and forth to the shadow and to the bag in the hand. You overhear her saying that the warning is that you should quit investigating. You see the intensity on his face. You can tell he's going to react. And he takes a single step, standing, and he swats out to knock the bag free. But the leather of the bag itself, as his hand connects, opens up, and you watch it wrap around like a trapdoor spider around its prey. The leather wraps around his hand, and you see something coil tightly to his palm and his wrist. And there's a second leather bag that is now adhesed to his hand with the powder wick still burning. You hear, that's gonna leave a mark, and the shadow fades.
Did she take her bag with her? Is it just me with the bag stuck to me now?
Is the priest on the ground now?
The priest is on the ground. He stands. Well, he wasn't really on the ground. He got pulled up to a standing position. He was just kind of like hunched against the wall.
Gotcha.
He quickly starts running in the direction of those of you at the end of the alley. The powder bag has about 6 inches left on its wick, and it begins to rapidly burn. You have moments.
Drench, your water thing, will it work? Will it put out the wick? What you used at lunch that you fill up your water with, your water skin?
It's just water, rain. It's doing nothing to it.
Yeah, but this rain is drip drop. Your thing is not drip drop.
I'm going to try and create water on the wick, but I'm also going to just start as fast as I can moving away from the others.
Oh, okay. So
is Carter moving in my direction?
He has to. There's no other direction. The alley it's an end. It's an end cap. It stops.
We're at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go past through all of us.
Well, then I don't do that. I'm going to have to, because I'm just trying to get away from you guys. Like,
try and touch the bag to that guy you hit with your Morning Star. See if it'll move to him. He's already dead anyway.
He's not dead.
He will be if that thing blows up.
Take him.
Who are you saying that to?
The two in front of me.
Okay.
Leave. Take him. Leave.
Yeah.
Go now.
Yeah. Is the priest mobile?
He's running already.
Priest is running.
So, yeah.
He's out.
I'll grab the guy on the ground that Carter incapacitated. And
The other two men with the paint on their face, they also like wrap an arm up under the guy and they start to run away from you.
I'm not letting them run away.
Yeah, they're gonna go.
They're not running away.
They're not gonna pass us.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Carter's not going to stop him.
Arrest them, but they live. You go.
Okay. I'm not gonna let them get past where Aiden and Christy are. Even if that means attacking them.
Yeah, so Sora won't let him
So
either.
then-
So Sora still doesn't know the context of exactly what has happened. I would like to figure it out if I can try and perception this with my low light vision.
It's going to be difficult just because things are moving really, really
Sure,
rapidly.
that's fine. I just trying to get a better idea than just, oh, there's people over there and they're talking. That's really it.
So basically, what this looks like now is Carter's at the end of the alley. We're moving towards the entrance of the alley with the priest and the two guys.
Mm-hmm.
Or the 3 guys, I guess.
Yep.
Your perception is going to reveal a lot of that. You can see that all 3 of the men are starting to run down. You can quickly see that Carter is staying down at the end of the alley. Aaron and Rowan are moving quickly after them. They're not moving quickly. One has a pretty disgusting wound across his chest from the claw marks. The other has many broken ribs from a very successful endeavor that was placed by Carter himself. Carter, your weapon is on the ground. It's just you in the alley. Your allies and the others are standing at 30 feet at this point.
So Sora would like to sprint that direction.
Did the create
Towards
water work
Carter.
on the wick? That he did?
No, it didn't. I was not aware that he did that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do that, Carter?
Yeah.
Did you want to cast Drench?
At first I was trying to drench it while running away, but then it's like, if I'm just staying there, he's just
It fails.
creates water on it.
Fails to have any effect. You cast Drench on this. You try to flinch this out. You can quickly tell that the wick itself is made of some sort of waxen material, and it doesn't burn you, but it's burning between your fingers. Alchemically, this is beyond your knowledge. So no surprise, a lot of things are beyond your knowledge, but this is something else right here.
This is tippy top of the list of things that are beyond your knowledge.
Cows were beyond my knowledge.
I don't know how close I can get. I don't know how far, obviously, that it's burned. But Solsora, if this is happening and she picks up at least that much, she's sprinting in the direction of Carter.
You can full move right over to him. You make it to Carter,
Right.
and you have about 4 inches left of the wick.
Carter, what happened? What is this?
Powder bag stuck to my hand, so you should probably get away, as it likes to wrap itself around things. Seems to be magic.
Give me a. This is from Christy for your character. I would like a knowledge history or a knowledge local, whichever is better for you.
They're the same. So,
Okay.
here you go.
Another natural. This is insane, guys.
W.
W's tonight, baby.
Christy, this isn't unfamiliar to you.
Oh, yes!
This device, it's rather insidious. Mostly because when they generally made containers for this, it was packed with barbs or pitons so that they would explode outward, causing drastic harm to the general public. It's an explosive. And why it's significant is because it was made of Umber Hulk leathers that can only be found in the Underdark. This was pioneered by Dwergar.
Solsora is going to take the hand that's got the barb in it.
What do you do?
If it wraps around her hand, does it release Carter? That's the first question.
It does not.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you was trying to get the wrap around her. Yeah, I wouldn't let her. I would just hold my arm up.
Oh, too tall.
I know what that is.
I get the feeling that's bad, so you need to go.
Half burnt.
I can't make it back far enough for this to not hurt me.
You have 6 seconds, the equivalent of 36 words.
Can I yeet her?
30 feet?
I'm not letting him. I'm
Try
literally
something.
Bub, legitimately, how tall are these buildings?
These buildings, the one on the
Around
right
us.
side is 20 feet, and you're looking at 10 feet on the left. As it moves downward in the slope, you're
All
looking
right,
at the poor side.
I want to enlarge person and pick Carter up with the bomb.
Insane. What is the casting time of your supernatural ability?
Does it say? Oh god, I have to look.
Uh,
It's one
standard,
round.
It's
standard action.
so it's 3 seconds. Okay, so in panic motion, you cast enlarge person. As you're enlarging, I will need a. If he said he's going to try to resist, so it's a combat maneuver. So it's a CMB versus a CMD. You'll get a static bonus of 2. That's not going to be enough. Would you like to use a? What is happening with these rolls?
There's my first reroll, by the way.
That's crazy, dude. There's been like in the last 20 rolls,
My-
there's been 6 natural 20s.
So Sora's reasoning for this is simple. If it is going to explode outward, if she picks Carter up, Carter can't leave, but at least this case, it'll be her and Carter in the building, and not them if it gets past her head.
Throw me up.
I just want you to know, this is basically the
throwing
end
you.
of Dirty Dancing, where she's lifting you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be thrown away.
I will not throw him. I won't.
Throw me.
I straight up won't. I'm going to put him between my body, my now large form, between him and the alleyway entrance.
Okay. All right. She's going full BFG. I got it.
Correct.
You grab onto his body, though you're incapable of pulling his arm to you. He's resistant of that much.
Okay, that's
just
fine.
because of the nature of your enlarging, you lift him just slightly off of the ground. He lifts probably about 4 feet off of the ground.
That's
and as
fine.
the wick burns, you hear the sizzle come to a stop, and the bag bursts open. It does not explode. It bursts open. Flower petals rain down.
Jesus Christ, of course.
Flower petals rain down, and a single coin, silver in nature, cut like a traditional crown of the kingdom, falls into the alleyway.
I go pick up the coin, look at it.
You're
You
currently
can't.
suspended
You're
in the air.
currently.
You're having the time of your life.
So currently, it is just right. Flower petals in the coin, and that's it, right? Carter's just standing in front of me, and he's not hurt.
You're literally holding him like this, like in your arm, and you hear a, and as the bag opens, flower petals just sort of rain over the top of you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Sora's leaning down to pick the coin up, and then she'll hand it to Carter.
these three.
You're not letting go, Carter, though.
These three thugs that are with me and Rowan. They're I imagine they kind of like have the arms behind the third guy's back and have him like lifted up, and they're kind of.
Aaron, give me perception, please.
Okay.
It's got a natural 20.
Natural.
Okay.
Natural.
Okay. Can I get? Well, more important, can I get a memory test? It's just wisdom, flat wisdom. I'm looking for a 14.
There it is. There it is, baby.
All of our dice complaining finally worked, Bub. It finally worked.
This is insane.
Well, it's like this. Bub says, "Hey, your knowledge skills aren't going to work this session." Well, fuck that.
Aaron, these guys are familiar. You've seen them. You've seen them today. When you were walking with your peers and your allies trying to discuss your station and the situation earlier today, right around the tip tankard, you recall you saw 3 men sitting in an alley across from the tankard. They were begging. Someone threw down food, and you saw them physically fight each other over scraps. Aaron, these aren't thugs. These are homeless people. The vagrants that were looking for any semblance of a meal. The paint on their face, it's running. It looked scary before. It looked organized. But it was hastily, poorly placed. These men aren't professionals. These men aren't part of a gang. They're hungry.
I imagine all three of you know you're under arrest. I ask that you all follow me cooperatively to the guardhouse, so you can get dry, tended to, have a meal before we process your imprisonment.
One of them begins to mumble under their breath. I'll take perceptions from everyone that's there. That's not you two at the end of the alley. Everyone will overhear him. That mumble, it was faint. And even despite the fact that the rain is pouring down on the cobblestone, and despite the intensity and the anxiousness of the events that just went down, the one that wasn't injured, the one that was struck with a magical malignance that rendered him incapable of doing anything for a round, he mumbles under his breath, "At least there'll be food." They pick themselves up and their friend, and they follow you. They're sulking.
Right.
Their heads are hung, one in shame, one in pain, another with this tense eagerness that paints about him. He says, "We'll be out of the rain. We'll get food."
And Carter, I hope you learned something from this about just throwing yourself into danger. And I know I'm one to talk, but you could have lost your hand.
Hear you?
Or a thumb.
Or a thumb. I'm shouting this, basically.
'Kay.
We're going back to the guardhouse. I hope you join us.
I still have all my fingers.
And a coin.
Is there anything special with this coin, by the way, or is it just
There
like a
is,
kingdom-issued coin?
There is. It is shaped as one of the golden crowns of the valley. In this case, it is a communion between multiple cities. It's recognized by the king. It is in the shape, so it's cut like that. It's a 7-sided coin. And where you were expecting to see the print of the king himself, instead there is what looks to be a vivisected smile, where at the mouth it cuts around this lopsided, heinous grin. Many more teeth than should probably be in the mouth thereof.
I'll make my way with them to the guardhouse, and when I guess Carter and Solsora eventually catch up with us, since we are dragging a unconscious man, I will ask that they give a little bit of healing to the two injured ones, just so they don't die on the way over there.
The clergy is with you, and he is very hesitant to do so. He does not want to offer any aid to these men. But they attacked me. If we heal them again, won't they just attack again?
If they attack you again, they won't breathe again.
He sees the wound on your chest, and he touches your shoulder, and you see this light sort of rain, like it comes down from his own, like his head, and runs down the length of his arm into your shoulder. And he is going to heal you, my friend.
I will gladly accept.
4. That didn't roll right. Why didn't that roll right? Oh, it's because I put an equal sign. Max, heal 10.
Oh, yay, back to full. And another new scar.
The wound seems to pull together pretty tightly, and you can see quickly that the scar, as it forms atop your chest, it begins to very quickly fade. It's just a very thin mark at this point, but still something you won't soon forget.
Aaron will look towards the priest, and what is your name?
My name is Rufus. I am Rufus Leroux of St. Cuthbert's.
I won't make you do anything you do not wish to do. But know that these men did not attack you out of malice, or because they're insane, or because of they were paid to do it. It's because they were offered food. They've been starving.
There are a lot of hungry in Cauldron these days.
Far more than there should be, but yes. And they were taken advantage of. At their lowest, they were given hope by an evil. Is it not our job to show them that there's another way?
Suppose opportunity is not so rife for those in the city these days.
Tell us, Priest Rufus. Do you recognize the type of symbol that they may have been bearing? What the half-painted face reminds me of Alitamara. Has the church been investigating anything connected to that? Is it been troubled by agents recently?
Well, I can't say it's someone from a rival church of its Ole Demara. I think I overheard someone refer to them as a guild. There's something of a group of bandits. I believe they call themselves the Last Laugh.
That is good information. I hope...
Please don't take my word as law. I cannot say that I know for certain.
Would it be all right with you if we took a statement for you over at the guardhouse?
I would be happy to if it's not too much to ask that you might escort me back to the church. I don't feel safe now.
No
she did say
problem
that my life would be forfeit if it was wielded by her.
We'll make sure you get a proper escort back to your church.
Thank you. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate that.
He, that strange masked lady mentioned something in connection with some missing orphans that we were looking for, and you in the church. Were you also investigating similar?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty, but if you wish to speak to my lady of St. Cuthbert, then she might be more inclined to offer you information on as such, especially if you are going out of your way to save me.
Who is the current lady of St. Cuthbert?
That would be Jenya Yericus.
Do I recognize that name?
No, I
Is it
don't think so. I don't think you would know that name.
So it wouldn't be someone from the church way back when. Someone new.
Yeah, it would be someone that is relatively new to they would definitely be new to you, maybe not necessarily new to Cauldron, but they arrived in the time that you were gone.
Yeah, probably everyone I knew disappeared along with the other heads of church.
It is a bit of a problem. Okay. We have noticed that the other churches are rather lacking in the upper clergy.
Yes. Well, hopefully that's a problem that is sorted out soon. Will Carter or Solsora heal at least the
Also, Sora's gonna let him down. She's holding the coin, but yeah, she'll come over too. So if you're gonna ask her to, she will.
She's finally finished giving him the time of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also wanted to compare the coin to as much as Carter wants to be in denial, he wants to compare it to his holy symbol.
Sure. You glance down and you have the holy symbol of Pelor. And that on that coin is not. It's not Holy Tomorrow either. So far as you can tell, it's notably different. There's something about it that it's similar. It's similar, but it's not Holy Tomorrow.
I assume we're doing this while we're walking, right? Because it's raining.
I'm assuming as such, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe stop shortly just to heal the unconscious dude so he's not gonna die on transport. But yes, we're walking and talking on the way to the guardhouse, and I guess if nobody has anything else to say, we make our way swiftly there.
No, I would just keep myself in between them and the priest, just so he feels more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm rather grateful. So, if I am not misunderstanding, then you might also find yourselves investigating the missing children as you've brought this up.
Not just the children, all the missing people, but yes.
Yes, there are quite a few in the city. Well, again, if you would be willing to talk to my Lady of St. Cuthbert, then
we'll be over there first thing in the morning.
Yes, once we get you back to your sacristy, if you could let your lady know that we will be calling upon her in the morrow.
Oh, she's there. She's expecting me back.
Well, if she's awake, then we might trouble her tonight then.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Rufus just walks along. Unless otherwise prompted or spoken to, he will just mind his own.
I don't know if anyone healed the guy that I crit on, but I will throw a cure light.
I think so, Sora.
Oh, I can do it too. Yeah, I didn't actually roll.
How did that guy not die?
He has 2 hit points left.
That was so much damage.
Yeah, it was. He has 14 health, and he did 12.
I'll roll a channel energy bub. Just to them.
That's good. It's going to heal. If you're going to channel, it's going to be. You have to recognize them as allies. It's going to be a D6, right?
Sure.
It's a D6 points of damage for every 2 cleric levels beyond the first. So go ahead and just roll me a D6.
Crazy.
Okay. The men are noticeably happier. The one is still breathing very hard.
I want to put a reroll on there for just funsies.
Okay. I mean, you could technically use a second, could you not?
No, I could, but I'm not going to.
Got it.
Which
I just wanted to see what would happen.
Okay.
Rufus, are you okay?
I am fine. They did not use any weapons on me. I don't think their intention was to kill me, but just to rough me up a bit. The clothes are washable, and the bruising, I'm sure, will go away in time. I can't blame a man for being hungry, and trying times call for desperate measures.
He hasn't cast Cure Wounds or anything on himself. He's still injured.
Correct. Yeah, he's a little battered. He's not like limping, but he is sort of like holding onto his gut where he'd been struck a couple of times. He's just more dirty from the look of things. He might have a little bit of bruise forming on his face. But
we have healer's kits. Do you want us to look at that?
The channel would heal him.
Yeah,
he's within range.
And because it was non-lethal damage, right? It wasn't anything that was fatal. It was non-lethal. Subdual damage is going to heal rapidly. So even 1 point will knock it all off. So he's fine. He even says that I will be okay. I have a harder night's sleep ahead of me than anything else.
That is true. After getting pummeled, the day after is harder.
Well, I'm sure Saint Cuthbert will treat me well. I'm devout, and I follow through on all the teachings that I offer.
He always does.
Yes, I'm sure in the training you have experienced being hit by a cudgel more than once.
Don't you know it? He doesn't seem to be shaken by that. Even jokes aside, sometimes the church can be rather hard.
I've been definitely wrapped a few times myself.
Not so often in the midsection, but oftentimes on my hands.
This or the shins.
You arrive at the guardhouse, and we can hand wave a lot of this unless there's something that you wanted to specifically say.
No, pretty much all. I guess, damn, I don't know anyone, but I guess it's pretty standard. I'll see if I can just get whoever. I assume someone's at a desk at the front.
Yeah, there
deals
is.
With it. We intaking 3 men for assault.
The man looks down at you from beyond like a podium. Who are you?
I am directly under Liana and Tercian. Forgive me for not having my proper uniform on, but I was heading home for the night.
Right, and what seems to be the charge?
Assault on this priest here.
Oh, it's Rufus. Rufus, are you fine? Were you attacked? I'm fine. I promise that much. These few years protected me. Right, well, thank you, citizens of Cauldron. We weren't expecting this kind of bravado. Why were you attacked, Rufus? Honestly, I don't know. Strange to attack a priest, but fine. We'll take them in and take any statements. Do you have anything that you'd like to say? Rufus shakes. One of the one that hadn't been fully attacked, the one that you heard mumble under his breath. He kind of looks back to you for a moment, and you see that just it's shame, but there is this mix of gratitude on his face as his head sort of sinks. He licks his lip a few times. He goes, "Thank you."
And get them something to chew on, even if it's nothing fancy. They are going to be a part of larger investigations, so don't send them off anywhere.
I'll take it up with the superior.
It's all right. I'll inform Tercian myself. He's still in the building, I assume.
It's rather late. Tercian's had a rather hard day, and forgive me for not trusting you.
Understand, if he's headed home, I'll meet him in the morrow.
If there's any truth to your tale, then it's probably the best.
Gotcha. And may I have your name?
Everyone calls me Sedge.
Sedge. Well, hope I see more of you around. Thank you for taking care of it. And now we have to escort him back to the church.
He looks to Rufus in acknowledgement, and Rufus acknowledges, and then the man nods. Very well.
And I guess I'll leave it at that. If nobody else has any interjections, we'll make our way over to the church to go drop off Rufus and speak with, what was her name?
Jenya.
Jenya, yes.
When we get outside the guardhouse, is there a reason why... Did you give your name to him?
No, I did not.
Well, he asked for it.
Did he ask for it?
He asked who you are.
Yes, and I told him I was under Tertian Scalarang and Leona.
That's not who, that's what.
Well, sometimes you don't always want to reveal the who due to complicating the situation beyond your personal control.
From what
But-
I figured out, most people find it rude when they say, "Who are you?" and then you don't actually say anything back.
Well, that's the trick to answering with a what. Most people don't look beyond the initial answer given.
But see, now there's not going to be a arresting officer listed, so they may be let go.
And in that case, then I will thank whoever lets them go. Because then we know there is corruption in the system and we can deal with it.
Or maybe you just didn't follow the bureaucracy. Maybe you should give yourself a ticket for not, following the proper paperwork.
Well, number one rule of being a guard is always let someone else deal with the bureaucracy.
This feels like double standards. To the church.
It does sound like it, yes.
What a chaotic lawful guard, Jesus Christ.
Do you think Tertian ever dealt with any of the dole paperwork? No, it was me.
Here's the
It
thing.
was always me.
I am only. We may sound like we're giving you a hard time, but think of it this way. If your name was attached to it, Tertian would take it more seriously.
Also, if they get let loose, they don't know anything. They received some food from the strange lady who told them what to do. They don't know much, and she wouldn't have told them that much.
I think of it this way. If Tertian's anything like his father, and from what Leon has told me, he's pretty much exactly like his father, he will trust his guards. And when the guards tell him that a party of weird and strange-looking people dropped off 3 hoodlums for assault, didn't give a name, and walked off with a priest of Cuthbert, he will most likely assume it is us.
Weird and strange looking. Well, at least you have looked into a mirror recently.
Oh, knock it off. Anyway, Rufus, did the members of the St. Cuthbert Church change out a lot in the past couple of years?
Well, the clergy have decided to move on with some frequency. You must understand that. And in recent time, not many pray to St. Cuthbert these days. Quite a few more that prefer to pray to either Ouijas or to Palo. The church presence has grown since my time.
It's good. I remember running around the church grounds when I was younger, when I wasn't being disciplined by the one who was training me.
I am kind of surprised by Ouijas's popularity growing, but then again, was there not a plague a couple of years back?
There was a plague, yes, and from my understanding, those above us requested aid from anyone available and made promise of prosper and home for anyone to attend. And of course, Ouijas's following is not exactly small, so they came with quite a bit of coin. So not only did they cure many of the ailments of the plague, helped wipe it from the town itself, they brought economy with them, establishing themselves here.
Well, not to mention, even if they couldn't cure, does not Ouijas also claim some dominion over the dead?
That is true. That is true. Many found solace in having their presence about.
Personally, I think I'd find more solace in fighting against the plague than accepting it, but I can understand the people's concern.
Well, should we be on our way then?
Yes.
I had assumed we were talking and walking.
Is there any additional conversation that happens between here and the Church of St. Cuthbert?
No, just light talk and general.
I'd ask to see the coin, actually. I wanted to look
Sora's
at
just noticeably quiet is really the only key factor.
Yeah,
here.
unless they. I mean, so I doubt me, Aiden, and Rowan saw the coin.
No. So Sora's been holding it this whole time. She
Yeah,
showed
unless-
Carter, but she's holding it.
Yeah, so if you bring it up, sure, but
So Sora's walking at the back. She's not really making any conversation. She's trying to make heads or tails of everything she's just figured out. And she is kind of just stunned in the moment.
Yeah,
So she's not going to draw attention to it, but if you guys ask what she's holding, she'll show you.
Yeah, I'd want to see the coin. I want to look at that smile of the.
She'll hand it to you. Like, she has no problem with handing it to you.
What would you like to try to determine about it? Or are you just kind of taking it in?
I just wanted to get a better look at the face. You said it was like half of the regular king face, and then half was the weird smile.
No. Where you would expect to find the king's, like basically the traditional stamp, right? The stamped currency. It is the face on both sides.
Just that weird smiling face.
Yes.
and sorry, what was the guild that it belonged to?
The last laugh.
The last one.
Since no, never mind. It's fine. I'll give it back to Solsora. And we walk.
The conversation will lull on a little bit, and you sort of, without yielding the information that you are from another time, you ask some things that sort of ingratiate you a bit further into Cauldron. Rufus is none the wiser to your situation. He doesn't know about the blighted land and farm. He doesn't know about the secret of the angel that you keep, about your call to God that left you fresh and anew just outside of the gates of Cauldron. He doesn't know about the 21 years lost that has presented you in your future, but their time and their current. But here you are. He stops just outside of a building, fairly nondescript from the looks of things. It doesn't really look like much of a church so far as you can tell, but it is. St. Cuthbert's Church is a squat, stern building of dark stone that looks more like a courthouse than a sanctuary. There are heavy oak banded doors in iron bear, simple starburst and cudgel relief with the emblem of St. Cuthbert. Inside, as he enters, he opens the door and encourages you to walk in. It's cool and dry, smell of lamp oil, faint incense, and clean stone. Narrow, high windows casting rigid bars of light over the plain pews from the firelight that they burn outdoors, inviting any and all inside. The altar is solid, scarred stone with iron symbol of St. Cuthbert hanging behind it. There's side racks on various parts of the walls, decorating for votive and small annex of ledgers, locked cabinets, making it clear this is a place of order. Despite the darkened stone, despite the age of this location, they maintain order, they maintain accountability, and watchful judgment. This does not exactly look like a place of comfort, however. Well, if you would afford me a moment, I would like to fetch the maiden.
Yes. Yeah, please do so.
Very well. I will be back in just a second. He steps away, and you hear him rap upon a door a few times before it's met, and there's voices tucked away behind a bookcase, and a woman will appear. I'll go ahead and show you what she looks like.
Another mommy.
Holy mommy.
A Miss Genya Eureka's. Show to everyone. That's what she looks like,
Absolutely
Jen.
mommy.
Genya. There she is. All of her glory. Genya moves with clandestine step. You can never quite see her feet, but you can hear the sounds of her sandals stepping across the stone. She meets you, and she tilts her head. Her robes are brown with golden trim. Emblazoned across the chest is the sigil and symbol of St. Cuthbert. You have my thanks. Rufus didn't give me all of the details, but he said that you offered him time in need. You didn't have to do that, but it speaks levels of your character. Please, it may not be much, but take a seat. I am Genya Eureka's.
Well, met, Genya. I am Aaron. You can call me Aaron. This is Rowan, Sosora, Carter, and Aiden.
She bows to each of you. You see this woman is lean. She's fairly no nonsense as far as you can tell. The vestments themselves, while brown, they are diminished in color. They practically feel a bit more gray than brown. Her hair has been pulled back, and it seems to have these natural weaves of gray into the darkened hair. She takes very good care of herself, so far as you can tell. Her eyes are sharp, very watchful. She carries a St. Cuthbert symbol like a badge, and she stands with quiet, square shoulders and the certainty of someone used to making hard calls. With the decisions that she's made, it appears that she has carried age. But upon finer study, Genya's only in her late 20s, maybe early 30s. You can tell that she's had to make hard decisions. Her lips are full, but constantly pursed and thin, prepared for whatever barrage or cavalcade of decisions that she may have to make, calls that may mean the lives of others around her. She places a hand on the back of Rufus. Rufus Leroux is under my care, and someone I care dearly about. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for escorting him here. What can I offer you in gratitude?
her thinks for a moment and then goes, "Can I have a journal and some ink?"
Of course you can.
Thank you.
Course. She disappears for a moment, and she comes back. She manages to wipe away a little bit of dust, and there is what looks to be, admittedly, it's of lower caliber and quality, but there is a half-dried inkwell and a pen, what looks to be almost fountain in nature, and a leather-bound journal. It's not much. I wish that I could give you more.
This is perfect. And he just starts to stash that into his backpack.
Talking with Rufus, what he didn't say gave us a little bit of indication that, mainly, what would be the most help to us is information. We are looking into the instances of missing persons about the city, most recently a number of orphans.
She crosses her left arm across basically the upper torso, like the breast, and she places her hand on the bottom side of her elbow and rests her head on her chin like she's watching. Yes. It's a problem. It seems that many don't seem to care as much as we do.
It seems you were very close to something because this was meant as a threat to you, they told us.
I couldn't even begin to discern how close we are. Why they would be threatening us, I'm uncertain.
Can you, would you be willing to tell us where your investigation has led you so far?
Rufus, be a dear and shut the door. Yes, ma'am. He steps away. He seems to slide the door, and he places a long board on the back, sort of barring up the door so that no one else may enter at this time. We vowed here at St. Cuthbert's publicly that we would locate the missing children and bring the kidnappers to justice. We did not feel as if anyone were taking this seriously enough. You realize that many people have gone missing. Greater than 20.
How many by your count?
I can't even begin to prescribe a number to it. More than should be missing. And the many in the masses are declaring that they are moving away, that they've started better lives, that they've found comforts elsewhere. Where are they going to go outside of these walls? We have people fleeing from other cities to us here. Not enough homes to offer aid. Not nearly enough food. But they still come here. Why would anyone established find their way away from this place?
Yes, it's not something that makes sense. Other than they are being moved against their will, and they thank you and this Church of St. Cuthbert for doing what you are doing. I'm more than pleased to help Rufus and anyone else out that is experiencing what they have experienced. And we do really ask for your help with anything you may offer us in regards to these missing people. The city guard is working hard on it, but as you know, their resources are stretched thin, and that is where we have been put on the task.
I mean, I assume there is more evidence than them just vanishing in the night. Have you looked into if there have been signs of struggle? Muddy boot prints on a wet night. Kicked in locks, scratches on the locks from lock picks.
Oh, that wouldn't
Matter of
make
fact,
any
wait a
sense.
minute. Okay,
The
well,
woman,
that just
she was,
maybe
she was made of shadow and intangible, so she can probably just walk through the doors.
True.
I doubt she is the one out there kidnapping every single person, Carter.
I'm just thinking something of this magnitude would need a little bit more mortal, ordinary efforts. So I was just thinking, is there a name of a locksmith in town?
There are a few, yes. Yes. Rufus comes back, and you can tell that Jenya is a bit hesitant. She doesn't want to deliver, like you can tell she's hesitating to give more information. And Rufus says, "Ma'am, if I can say so. The boy says he's with a guard, that he declared he worked with Captain Skellerang and right-hand Leona. And now they've taken an interest in the investigation." Well, I can't say for sure if they've taken a bit of an interest in the investigation, but they had information already. They might be a group of sellswords. Maybe we could hire them. I know that all resources and coffers are short, but if there is an interest and we're already being threatened, it couldn't hurt, right? That's fair, Rufus.
No hiring needed. This is merely for the good of the city and to uphold the law.
Do the rest of you think that way? I'd like to hear it from your mouths, personally.
Well, unlike Aaron here, some of the rest of us do not have a permanent residence at present in this city. If you could perhaps see your way to at least putting your word towards a boarding house or something that may have room or let us in for a cheap price, that would be more than recompense at this time.
This might be... Rufus, I find you are of strong enough character, and your assessment has rarely led you astray. If you believe that they are to be trusted, I would be willing to stake my reputation at a boarding center for a short time. You would eventually have to pay your way, but I have accrued a number of favors owed to me.
Oh, mainly I was looking for something a little bit longer term and a little bit cheaper than a standard common inn. We will be paying our way, yes.
I could... Is this your whole entourage? Are there 5 of you?
That is correct. There is
5 of us, and I already have accommodation, so it would be 4 of them.
Very well. I could likely buy you 7 days at a boarding house. It may not be much, but our resources are thin, as Rufus has stated, and a favor owed. I'm sure more could be negotiated if you find the children.
We don't need your payment. It's the recommendations enough. And then he'd reach for the coin from Solsora and hand it over to her.
She reaches forward, not grabbing it, but offering her hand so that you may place it in hers.
Yep. Place it.
You sense that despite the way that she carries herself, in the softness in her voice and just this pristine nature of her hair, her hands are hard. They are the hands of someone that works with stone or works in like fields. Her hands are calloused. They're cut many times over. They're very reminiscent of your own. She takes the coin from you, and her eyes catch yours for a moment as you both touched in just that second, and she felt your fingers too. It's like recognition, when you see the telltale sign of someone that does similar work. She glances over the coin a few times. Is this that group? that is in the town that the others have been speaking of. We've heard whispers of their band.
That's what they said, the last laugh. And we thought we were going to get blown up, but it turned out to be a party favor, which I guess is fitting for their name.
It's interesting that it's been minted.
Interesting indeed. It's not a small group like them who would have the resources to mint their own coins.
No, but they did. If all these people are linked to them, they did acquire a number of craftspeople in these kidnappings.
So you think that this group, The Last Laugh, has been kidnapping people to what exactly? Are they starting a colony?
Whatever they're planning, if they have their own currency, that's pretty big.
They are the ones who are kidnapping people. We don't have solid evidence to do that yet, as all we know they are guilty of is intimidating poor Rufus here.
Rowan.
Then my best guess
they
would
took
be
the kids and don't look for them.
Well, my best guess is they're doing it on behalf of someone else.
Rowan, do you still have that mask in your bag?
The one we shouldn't touch, yes.
I trust her. This is something that we encountered before, but it also has the same properties of being a split image.
She looks confused.
I will go into an open area away from everybody and empty the bag onto the floor to show the mask. Please do not touch this.
We do know that touching it was not the problem because
touching it,
he
it was putting it on
touch it. It was putting it on his face that was the problem.
After he touched it. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But when I touched it, I felt something.
Right. It's
when
caution.
I touched it, I felt something.
I would think it'd be wrapped in something, though.
Just in the bag.
I'm gonna give her a potential here. Given that you're showing specifically her, I'm going to afford this as a knowledge religion just to see if she might know anything. It's gonna be a difficult check, very difficult, and I don't know if she can make it. Frankly, I don't think so. But I'll roll for entertainment's sake, and it's just not happening. I can't say I've seen anything like this. It does seem familiar. Like I've seen it before, but not that anything that I'm aware of. That being said, we do know that the children have been kidnapped. We are aware of that much, and while others are suspicious of the fact, I have every reason to believe that they were kidnapped. Rufus chimes in. Well, it's because the children cannot escape of their own accord at night. The door has been boarded, and there is a lock that is placed upon the board, and they have protections on the windows. It's arcane bars, so that they may not escape. Not that there's many windows in the location anyway, but it's still there.
Yes, we did speak to Jeromir, the gardener for the orphanage earlier today. He said much of the same, and seems either the people who took the children are either so sneaky that they were able to bypass everyone in the orphanage, or there was other means at play.
And unlike the other missing, we know for a fact the orphans don't have anywhere nicer to move away from the city to.
Rufus kind of turns as you guys are saying this out loud, and he whispers something to Jenya. I'll afford everyone an opportunity to catch this detail. It's a challenging perception check. Look at those critical fails.
Not this
Yeah,
one.
after all the crit ones, baby.
We're making up for the 10 nat 20s earlier in this session.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Any rerolls?
No, but I would like
reroll.
if you're willing to let me, I would like to make a knowledge religion on the mask now with everything else that I've learned since the last time I saw the mask properly.
Sure. You can try. You can give it a whirl.
Yeah. I'm sure that it's going to be a difficult check, but I would like to at least give it a try.
So Sora, there is something about it that is wholly familiar, but it's not giving you enough information. What do you remember about the description of the mask?
Oh, that's a great question. What do we remember?
What does anybody remember about the description of the mask?
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Half white, like marble looking, nice, and the other half is black, like granite, but it looks like a demon face, and it has a crown bent in on the demon side, I think it was.
It's almost like the inverse of the symbol that you saw tonight on the men's face. Whereas before, it was like the grin, but it was in white. So it was almost like it was like the negative of it.
Oh yeah, and it's got the 3 eye holes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
You know that it's familiar, but you can't quite place it. You're not sure if it's something that was taught in your years, the years as a child where you're from. But you're just drawing a blank. You don't know. So
I thought I would give a reroll to that perception for the funsies and got 2 nat ones. Okay.
That's hilarious. I love that. That's you critical fail twice in a row on the same perception check is nuts.
I mean, it makes sense for Silsora because Silsora is now looking at this mask again. So it makes sense that she's super focused on the mask and not on whatever Jenya's whispering. Whatever this whispering near Jenya is.
Jenya looks to Rufus, her brow sort of furrows in a manner of hardness. And then a few moments pass, and she says, I received a message in regards to the location of the missing children. And I know irrefutably that it will lead to them, but I cannot discern what it means. Because the message was given to me in the form of a riddle.
May we
hear it?
May we see this message?
She steps away for a moment, and she produces what looks to be a small sheet of vellum paper that's been written on in ink, and she will produce it for you. I'll read it to you, just so you don't have to, but this is to be shown to the players, and it's this text. It says, "The locks are key to finding them. Look beyond the curtain, below the cauldron. Beware the doors with teeth. Descend into the malachite hold, where precious life is bought with gold. Half a dwarf binds them, but not for long."
So I guess my idea of finding a locksmith, that seems to be what the beginning of it means.
The locks are key to finding.
What is below? Is there history of anything happening below the city of Cauldron?
Would I know that since I grew up in Cauldron?
No.
No.
No, it was never talked about. There was no historical nature. Your history, when you glance back at the history of Cauldron, there was a guy that erected the walls with his intensely powerful magic to protect from a waging war of demons, an onslaught of demons. And ever since those walls came up, they have never fallen. This is supposed to be the ultimate and final bastion against the demonic threat coming from the Demon Scar Wastes.
Is there anything else that I can
go
discern?
underground and find a slaver?
Like any sort of markings or anything else other than this riddle? Or is it just this riddle and
She
part of it
just
looks pretty empty?
She just wrote this down. Ink is still fresh.
Cool.
The period at the end runs. Again, the locks are key to finding them. Look beyond the curtain, below the cauldron. Beware the doors with teeth. Descend into the malachite hold, where precious life is bought with gold. Half a dwarf binds them, but not for long.
Well, I know come morning, at least the first step of where we'll look.
I can't make heads or tails of what this might mean. Rufus has tried himself, but unfortunately we cannot ask again for some time. And I'm afraid the next time that we will ask will be too late and they will be gone.
I assume by ask you mean a vision or a divine or divination of some sort?
Rufus looks again in sort of a hasty nature. New perception.
There we go.
Christy, a third critical fail in a row.
3 once in a row. 3 of them.
Christy's ears blow up. This is insane.
At least my knowledge religion was high. I can at least live with that.
Rowan, Aaron, and Aiden. This time, it's not as silent. You hear Rufus say, "Ma'am, tell them of the star. Tell them of the star."
Aiden's locked in now.
There is a long-drawn, exasperated sigh. We have a relic that we can only speak of here in this church. And if I tell you, you must vow that you can't speak of it to anyone. Not even the rest of the guard.
Carter, will you be able to keep that promise?
Well, yeah, she asked.
Good. I will pull out my holy symbol of St. Cuthbert out from under my shirt, and I vow to his name that I will not speak of this to anyone outside of this church.
She sees your symbol. I've not seen you in attendance whatsoever. Where have you gone lost from the flock?
Time for Aaron to sound insane.
There was a duty that me and the rest of this party put ourselves on that kept us away from where we were supposed to be.
Are you from Sassarine? Did you come from a neighboring town, maybe Redcrest?
No, I was born in Sassarine, but I was brought here at a very young age and put under the care of one Tercion Skellering.
Forgive me, she laughs. You're still of young age.
Even younger than I am now.
But surely I would see you. Even I've worked alongside Tercion.
Not the current Tercion, Tercion Senior.
I'm sorry that's not possible. Tercion passed away many years ago.
My name
Aaron?
is Aaron Reeves.
Why does it sound familiar? Do we know
Aaron, stop prevaricating. Just tell her.
Quiet. I am the older brother of Leona Reeves.
Rufus looks at you dumbfounded. Are you certain that you didn't mean younger brother, baby brother even?
Older brother.
They kind of look at each other. Maybe we shouldn't tell them.
I'm speaking the truth. Our situation is something when mortal hands end up getting twisted with the divine above us.
Fine. Do you have any proof of this?
What would be the best proof of this?
We have none, except your outdated sword and armor.
I mean, I would know people from the older church. Though I doubt they take attendance records.
If you know the old minister of the church, like the head, maybe.
Maybe.
Can any of you validate or verify his claims?
All the proof I can let you have is unfortunately with Liana at the moment.
I can say he's not lying about that. We were missing for quite some time, but I have everything on me is what I've had, and I'm new to this city. I've never been here before. I came from far to the south.
I will take off my holy symbol and hand it over to her. This was given me by the last head of the church.
Okay. She takes it for a few moments, and she rolls it around in her hand. The symbol's revealing nothing to me, no proof, but as far-fetched as your tale might be, you're standing here right now, and you are offering aid in something very complicated. You still must promise to not speak of anything. If you speak of it to another person, in this vow, a relic will be lost. That's how important this is, and it's guided our church for a very long time.
I very much understand that, and I am vowing to Saint Cuthbert himself that I will not leak any of this.
Rufus, fetch the star. Rufus nods quickly, and he retreats into a rear room. He's gone for maybe 20 to 30 seconds, and he comes back holding what looks to be sort of like an instrument case, but it's not an instrument case. As he opens this, he undoes some like wax bindings on either side, and reveals what looks to be a very ornate, heavy mace. This would be of a caliber that is far beyond anything that you've seen up to this point. It's beautiful, stunning piece. This should be something that is maybe even recognized in prayer as a gift from a god, or at least an incredible artisan and master smith. And she runs her hands across it, and she says, "This is St. Cuthbert's Star of Justice. We, should I say I, until I pass the torch, am capable of asking for a pure divination once a week. Once a week, and then it will lie dormant."
How long ago did the star give you the riddle?
Today. This is why Rufus left. He went to seek Jeremiah and Gretchen. He went to seek the children, to speak to them. He says, "Aye, it's true. I was trying to discern how they might have gotten lost. Maybe they had been kidnapped. We suspect whatever this half-dwarf is, it's not something that's meant for our world. But alas, there's nothing that I could see." She chimes again. "So I'm afraid that in 1 week's time they may be lost forever."
I am afraid of the same thing. What? Is this the first instance of intimidation pulled by anyone?
Are you asking a question?
Yes.
He's
Has anyone
asking
else
if there was any other
been roughed up?
times.
Or...
Yeah.
This is the first of it. It's not fallen from any other words, short of just Rufus's and yours now.
Aaron, you could
So the
also
day
ask
the day after you receive this divination, that is when they strike to intimidate you and stop looking for the children.
She just said it was today.
We
Not
received
even.
the
It was
divination
later the
today.
same day.
Today.
So either somebody knows about the divination, or on Rufus's questioning or travels, he got close to something that he shouldn't have.
I don't know what I could have gotten any closer to. I didn't see anything myself. And everyone knows me from where I am. It's not exactly as if I'm quiet in my step.
You said you visited the orphanage. Did you visit anywhere else?
No, it was only this eve. We had to tend to our regular studies first before we found our way into the night. I was there for a time. The sun was still up. And then I was encouraged to leave. There's talks of a curfew, and if I were to be caught out at this time, I might have been accosted. I don't think that they would jail me. As I said, everyone knows who I am. But if people go missing, then a curfew is soon to come, is it not?
I was actually talking with Skellering about that this night. They are hesitant to put one in place, but with this information, I may advise him to do so starting as soon as tomorrow.
Well, you have all we know now. It's true. We don't know anything else. That's why we decided to investigate, because we thought that we had a stronger lead than any of the guard. It turns out it was true. If they're going to send thugs after me, they were knocking on the right doors.
All right. Aaron, when next you talk to your brother-in-law, you could also, since I assume the guard has been investigating this for a while, you could also ask if they have received any threats over and above what they normally do in regards to this investigation. For all we know, this guild or whatever might be quite powerful now in this city and think they can exude influence over the guard itself, especially with your diminished numbers.
Tosion didn't mention anything of it, but it is possible that they've received some threats that they just perceived as nothing more than the regular. I'll speak to him about it. Though if that is truly everything you have, it's probably best we don't stay here too much longer as to not pull eyes towards the church.
If you wish to investigate the angle of locksmith of sorts, there is a keymaker in town. He's a rather quiet sort, but he's a nice man. Goes by Master Gelv.
Master Gelv. Thank you very much.
Give me knowledge local, Ivy.
Okay.
As the older person who spent a prolonged period of time in Cauldron, can I make the knowledge local?
Yeah, I think you can. Though it will be more likely that he has this. Well, his check is going to be easier than yours.
That's fine. I just wanted to make the check.
But you'll succeed.
Yes.
Aaron, the name sounds familiar. That's a name that you've heard before. You think there was a locksmith in town. Wasn't exactly a startup, but didn't have a tremendous amount of business at the time. By the way of Keegan Gelv.
Gotcha.
He's a keymaker named Keegan Gelv. Christy, you remember a man by the name of Keegan Gelv as he shared some food with you. You never really kind of caught much of a name until after they had already left. He was very quiet. He kept to himself. But you were just sort of drawn to an area where it was just like an open market, kind of walking around. And he had been feasting upon something. In fact, a lot of people were kind of eating it. And it looked as if he was going to throw it away. You were amidst a series of other beggars. And instead of throwing it away, he stopped and handed you what it remained. It was like a halfling, because he's a halfling man. Keegan was a halfling. He dropped what looked to be like a small, like open bowl, a very thin open bowl of this like cured meat that had been recently heated and smelled quite divine. But again, it's not something that you could have regularly found here. And someone must have passed by at that time, and it expressed like that's the keymaker. That's Keegan Gelf. So he sort of shared some food with you at that time, but you didn't really have much in the way of words.
It's more of like character actions rather than actual words.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to be a lead or not, but hopefully it's something.
Well, if they are picking locks, perhaps his expertise will come in handy.
Well, he's been here for a long time, from what I understand. It's true. Master Gelf has been around for a very, very long time. From before my childhood here.
Well, we are to look into locks. He is a locksmith. If he's been around for a while, how many locks in the city has he himself or his company installed? Maybe he's got skeleton keys?
I suppose it's possible.
I'm sorry. I'm just wild speculating here, but whoever is abducting these people are getting into closed areas unaware, and you can sneak in. Yes, you'd still have to pick a lock, but if you've got a key, it's much easier to get in. I mean, is he, maybe he is behind it?
I seriously doubt that. There's not much that would make a man that is as long-lived and of a high reputation of business that would cause him to start being a hand in kidnapping. And they would really have to have something worth it for him.
Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I'm assuming he won't be awake this late at night, so visiting his shop in the morning seems to be our next step.
Yeah, it seems we have a lot to do first in the morrow. Well, if that is everything, then these four do not have rooms for the night, I believe.
So long as you don't mind staying on a pew, you can stay here. It's fine.
That would be
appreciated.
That would be great.
Thank you.
Rufus, fetch the extra blankets. Yes, ma'am.
And if I may have my holy symbol returned.
Of course, I'm sorry.
Of course. And if nothing else, Aaron is going to basically tie the holy symbol back around his neck and go kind of sit on one of the pews and just kind of pray and contemplate.
Okay. What does this look like for Rowan?
Rowan would take the kindness. He wouldn't sleep on a pew though. He would go in the corner, away from everybody, and have the best positioning to see anything that might happen. He would also be the last one to fall asleep.
I was gonna say, so Sora's doing the exact opposite in the other corner. She's doing the same thing as Rowan, but the other corner.
Gotcha. So trust is strong with this group. I love that.
It's not about trusting them.
Sure.
It's about trusting anybody.
So Sora's a little bit on edge after her very close brush with her own history that she didn't think was going to happen today.
Yeah.
So she's trying to make heads or tails of this whole thing.
What about Carter?
Carter, so, the, priest Rufus, he mentioned, when he mentioned, like, the half-dwarf may not be, like, of this world, he's been doing his very best to try and, he knows he has innate knowledge of otherworldly things. He's been doing his very best to try and, like, focus through the fog in his mind to try and, like, is there something I can do to help, like, half-dwarf, not of this world, anything, like, that comes to mind.
Okay, so you want to drum back through your own history, your understanding.
Yeah, if maybe like knowledge religion or knowledge planes, just like anything, like following that process in his head.
Okay. I would like a will save.
That's not good.
22.
Big. You find yourself trying to locate. It's essentially like you're trying to claw through the books of your mind palace. Thinking back, you know that there's more inside of you. You have these profound thoughts from time to time, looking for some knowledge that might eke its way into existence. And as you begin to kind of like rifle through everything, you're remembering the fall. You remember being found inside the crater, and you ask yourself to go back further. You want to go back deeper. I need a memory test. Give me a wisdom, just flat wisdom.
Would my hold on, I gotta check the exact wording on it. Okay, because it's a flat wisdom check. Will my penalty to all wisdom skills count for this?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna hit that, because this isn't a skill. This is just your memory, which is already challenging for you to access. But I don't think it's gonna hit you with a negative here.
All right, we can try.
So, in your memory, you start drumming through the context of otherworldly things, dwarves, half dwarves, and you're surprised that you can't really drum up anything from where you're from. It's specifically when it comes to you that things become hazy. It's not just like a fog. No, it's like a deliberate sensor bar has been placed over your memory. And in order for you to drum that up, you can tell that it requires its own type of key, something to really size that spot. You don't know what it's going to take, but it's like something has barred that part of your memory. You feel it. It's a wall. Physically, you can feel it. It's a wall in your memory. You can't pass by. It's this cold that aches every time that you touch it. Every time your eyes sort of roll back as you're attempting to look beyond this wall, it hurts. But you just start to think of things from beyond this world. Not just limited to a plane of where you might potentially be from. What other things are occupying your mind palace? What other bits of information have been hidden away there? You learn about other dwarves. You understand that there are other beings as well. You think immediately of Dwergar. They're from this world, but they're not top dwellers. See, dwarves just look like you or I, with an exception of the fact that they are staunt. Their bodies are not as long. They're very thick-chested, stubborn people. Then you recall the Dwergar, and it makes you think of Solsora. You finally have a place for her race. Dwergar, they're not top dwellers. They're underdwellers. They're once a race of men that no longer wanted to cling to the surface. They fled to the subterranean depths. They found new gods. Gods, there it is again. It is this echoing spot that leaves you questioning, and you can feel it. It's like a hammer on the wall. It hits over and over and over again. The gods. Why can't you access that? Why can't you think of the gods? So you leave it alone for now. And you continue to dance in the vein of what it means to be a dwarf. And you fascinate for a moment, you settle on something that's not from this world. A dwarf of fire. Fire dwarves. Azers. They're called Azers. You don't know if that fits the bill. But you know that they're dwarf men recognized by the elemental plane of fire. They command the flame. They are the bellows. They're the heat in the sails. Does it fit here? You're not sure. But you're struggling to find any historical information, anything locked away that might be more dwarven than that. You're certain you've seen some, but you can't recall much about them. It's like fleeting knowledge. It's an echo, a wind carrying it away from your vision. And it keeps hearkening back to that wall. Why? Who built this brick by brick in your memory? Why did they build it there? And when your hands touch that wall, the wounds on your legs ache. They ache so much. You find yourself sitting, Silsora far enough away in one corner, Carter tucked away, Rowan tucked away in another corner, Aiden not far from you, taking advantage of a pew, probably jotting down information and text on the stars and the skies above, at least from memory. What is the correlation? What are the gods to you at this point? It feels so easy when you think of Paylor, but any other element becomes intertwined. And it's an undefinable knot of confusion.
Carter takes the journal and the ink that he asked for and unknowingly to himself begins writing, not in common but in his other language, everything that's coming to his mind. Along with, also he then takes some time to just journal down his own thoughts, with the first message being on the page, in case I forget again. And then he begins to try and just keep all the information together on the page as he begins writing. And on top of my head, I wouldn't even begin to know how, like, it's, I guess it's, I know Sosora saw the script on the side of the bowl when we were down in the sacrifice area. So yeah, he writes in that language inside the journal.
And you glance back up from your journal after writing all this down and you realize there's not really a pattern to it. You're weaving in and out of like a common text and a language that you know that you can understand. And what's surprising is you're writing a musical signature. It's like what you would expect to find in description and guide in front of a piano. There is bizarre cadence to its flow, the way that it kind of stipples in spots on the page. There's an art form to the way that you write, and only you understand it. Are you satisfied?
Yeah, that's what he does until eventually the long day forces him into sleep.
Rowan makes sure that he is the last one asleep. Do you ponder any thoughts? Do you write anything down? What do you do?
I'm pondering because, like, we had all that information from Tercion, and that one of the people that went missing was a trickster for kids' birthday parties, a magician, and that party favor that she just used was sort of one of those things. So he's like, maybe his theory about these other people being enslaved or joining this guild is more and more plausible.
Sure, might not be unwarranted.
So that's what he's thinking about. And then thinking about the face on that coin, if that smile looks similar to what he's seen in his dreams.
Got it? It's not quite right. It's not quite right from your dreams. It's not entirely wrong, but something keeps drawing you back to the split face. The mask. The mention of Oladamara. The last laugh. Is it convenient? Is there too many coincidences? You're not sure what it means just yet, Rowan, but it's with you as you find yourself drifting off to sleep. Solsora. You don't have a bedroll laid out. You haven't taken off your armor. You're just tucked in a corner. Small half shelf of books naturally laying across themselves to face you. You did not think that you would find yourself staring in the face of something from your own history. How did they come across that?
It's not even just that. It's the re-mention of Oladamara after Solsora truly saw Carter's holy symbol. She can't really make heads or tails of all of it because there's something going on here that we just haven't figured out yet. There's some bigger picture that's far bigger than any single one of us or any single missing person.
Of course.
She's kind of really melancholic in this point. It's to the point of seeing her own past. That kind of almost haunts her in a way. Because when she went to pray to the angel to help get everyone home, she thought she was going to die.
Yes.
She thought that was the end, and she could live with letting what was in her past be in her past, but she's now here again. And all of a sudden, she's here with her holy symbol inside her chest, and all of a sudden her past shows up, and it's too many coincidences for Solsora.
It's justified. I feel like that's pretty justified.
So she's kind of just mulling all these things around and how they all make sense and how almost like if there was anything 21 years ago that seemed strange then, all of a sudden now makes more sense. Kind of like piecing together everything from the original stint, the original supposed to be 1 week trip, to everything that's now happening.
You've been given so much information, and tying then to now has... It's like looking at two separate paintings, my friend. It's almost as if you have two separate puzzles, and you've been encouraged to piece them together, knowing full well that you're going to be missing too many pieces and have too many of the others left and remaining. You don't understand why this has happened.
It's two separate puzzles, and the pieces are in each other's puzzles.
Yeah.
Not all these pieces fit, nor do they make sense to fit here.
Correct. You're right. There's something much larger at play. Too many details left. You can see...
Sorry, go ahead.
You can see Carter aggressively scribbling in his newfound journal. You see Aiden doing much the same. His is a lot less aggressive. Rowan seems to have his back placed in the corner of the wall. His knees are up. I imagine he's probably mulling, chewing on a thumb at this point. You can see that he's pensive, deep in thought. He's not asleep. And you know that Aaron walked off alone.
Are Rufus and Jenya, are they not here? Are they like in like a back room now at this point? Are they no longer in this main area?
Yep.
So Sora kind of wants to go to Carter because it looks like he's kind of almost, I don't know if it's correct to say trance, but with how fast he's scribbling. So Sora's gonna walk over to him and see if there's something she can help with, because it looks like he's trying to piece something together.
Okay. Do you tap him on the shoulder? Do you sit down next to him?
Yes. Well, I will sit down next to him and then I will place my hand on his shoulder. Carter? Are you okay?
No. Did you know Azor are technically a form of dwarf from the plane of fire?
Would I even know that? I would have to assume like that's a maybe, right?
I mean, I think it's not unrealistic for part of knowledge, but like it's not something that's ever been immediately relevant to you.
I was gonna say, I'm like, it would never have been relevant to me. What do fire dwarfs have to do with this?
Half dwarfs. Not really a dwarf. Dwarf adjacent, maybe?
Not really a dwarf. And she kind of just hangs onto that particular phrase.
It wasn't stood on you.
Guess a lot of things make a lot more sense now.
Do you want to hide it?
To want to hide it is a strange thing. Because what you want to hide and what everybody around you will see are not the same. My kind aren't taken super kindly around here. For good reason. Hence why I wear what I wear.
Well, you're good, so I won't tell anyone.
Thanks, Carter. I appreciate that.
Carter, you may not be able to see it, but you can hear the inflection change. We have a saying in real life, like you can hear the sound of a smile. And I think that transcends to someone that has limited field of vision. You know that your vision is weaker, and you speak in your language of tones, of sounds, unique depths that go beyond the traditional human element. And you can tell in the subtle changes and nuances to the way that the sounds bend as she speaks. She's smiling at that.
I don't think this will do anything, so it's okay if you tell me this does nothing. But I would like to try and cast Binding Ties on Carter and see if anything happens like what happened with Boy.
Do you inform Carter? Or do you just slap it on him?
Carter. I want to see if this will help your amnesia. Do you trust me?
I trust you. I don't know if it's safe for you to do that. Something put it there. It
We've
makes my
not
legs
done.
hurt.
You and I have not done many safe things in our time together. We've not done many safe things, even today.
Well, you do have a point there.
Binding ties. As standard action, you can touch an ally and remove one condition afflicting the ally by transferring it to yourself. This transfer lasts a number of rounds equal to your cleric level plus 2. You can end it as a free action on your turn.
Can I also... I have Beacon of Faith. Because this is a domain power / domain spell. Can I use this here? Is that relevant?
What does this do exactly?
Extends my caster levels if it was 2 levels higher than my current level.
It's possible.
So that's what she wants to do.
Carter, do you give her the go-ahead?
Yeah, after he says what he said, he'll kind of like give like a nod.
So Sora's gonna, as soon as he says yes, she's gonna cast it.
As you cast Binding Ties, your ability seems to, for your field of vision, but for none of the others, it almost moves as sweeping tendrils. And it looks unique to the person because it's based off of their divinity. So you tell me, what do you think these tendrils look like? Are they singular? Is it just one that sort of builds a bind between the two of you? Is it hundreds of smaller? Does it move like the roots of trees? You tell me what you think it looks like.
You know, like when there's a bunch of rocks and they're like in like a rock wall, and there's one crack in the rock wall where the light shines through. It's kind of like that, where there's one central starting point, but it breaks out into smaller pieces.
Okay. Okay, so as
there's definitely a starting point for sure, and it's the strongest point, but there's a lot that goes off of it.
So then where another person might expect tendrils whipping and writhing, where some may expect roots beginning to form, you basically, in your field of vision, where you touch it, sort of builds a connection in the form of like a bridge. You're legitimately building natural architecture. Stone, it's durable. That's just your heritage. Stone. You may be so very different than a normal dwarf by most means, but that's something you have in common. It's durable. And you extend this stone-like bridge to your ally, and as it forms, you are immediately fielded the vision of his wall. You can see into a place where he is fighting so desperately to look beyond, where his hands coalesce with the stone itself, trying to break beyond. And this is a barrier that were made by the hands of someone with intention. But what you can see that Carter cannot see is that Carter's legs were stoned. It's not that a wall was placed there, it's that Carter was deliberately placed here in that he is incapable of moving beyond it. And he doesn't know to look down, he only knows to look ahead. That's how Carter faces problems. Head on. But you've been taught to look all around, and what you can see is that this wall is not forever. You can see a left and a right. You can see where it ends, and it's not far from your field of vision. So though you're there next to him, and you've connected to him, you can walk beyond that wall if you desire.
She's following. She's going. If there's something that looks like she can walk, she's walking. She's gonna pick one of the two directions, whatever one's closer to her, and she's walking as fast as she can in this space.
You begin to move in the direction that is closest where the wall ceases and comes to an end, and as you transition with each step, you feel as if it's beginning to get a bit more warm. It's getting hotter. It went from a cool night to a midsummer's day, finding your way into the summer sun's heat. And it's like it's beating down upon you, and in some ways, you know that Carter would love that, to feel the sun of Palor pouring down over the top of him. But as you reach the edge, even the brick begins to crack and fracture from the heat itself. It is no longer just the heat and the warmth of the sun. Instead, it is fire. The stone is blistering from the heat. Do you push on?
Yes, absolutely.
The moment that
Sora's
you...
going until physically she's either stopped or her spell ends.
The moment that you push on and pull your way just beyond, you can feel the burn over your fingers, and you can see where your skin begins to pucker and singe. And you catch a singular vision. The vision of a man dropping wings, fresh rended and tore from the body of another. And as his gaze faces you, you see the face of Palor dropping Carter's wings, bloodied, damp, and destroyed at your feet. And for each round that you are in the vision, which is 6, you will suffer 6 d4 burning damage directly to your vision. You witnessed something you were not supposed to.
Wow.
Christy, I need you to take 21 points of burning damage. Carter, from where you're watching, you see heat. It's like when you're peering down a black asphalt road and you can see the heat begin to rise. It's this heat in front of you. And then it turns to smoke that's rising from her eyelids as you watch the lid hairs, the eyelashes themselves begin to curl and then catch flame. For the next 12 hours, Sora is blinded.
It's kind of sick.
Holy shit.
No. And he will try and cast Cure Light Wounds, like, to see if, like, he can do anything to help, as he what suddenly her eyes combust, like, Carter's like, what do I do? Like, you just start trying to pour on healing magic.
Go ahead and roll it. Give me some healing magic, because this might be the only thing that stops her from being permanently blind.
All right. And this will have an extra 1 to whatever it rolls.
So 5.
You will heal 5. Aiden,
Okay.
Rowan, you both begin to witness this as he panicked stands, and you can see smoke rising from her face like chimney stacks over her eyelids. It begins to pour up from her mask.
What's going on? What did you do? Aiden
fuck.
jumps up and runs over there.
Yeah, Rowan runs over too.
Her head lolls backwards, and she doesn't move. You just see smoke rising from the slits in her mask and eyes.
I don't know. She said she wanted to try and help with my amnesia, and now she's burning.
Aiden
Rowan.
is going to cast Detect Magic to see if they're still, I guess, magically linked.
I need you to
Rowan's-
make a will save.
Rowan's gonna remove her mask and stuff, whether she likes it or not.
You're immediately struck with like a flashbang of light. Divine energy is scoring down upon her. It's like hot irons have been placed directly over her face as it begins to just singe at her eyelids. Rowan, you said you were doing what exactly?
I'm gonna remove her mask and face so we can maybe do some first aid treatment to her, at least something.
You tear off her mask, and I don't know if you're surprised.
We saw her without her mask already.
Correct.
I don't know if you're
When she died
surprised to
the first
see
time.
the puckering score marks of a brand that matches the symbol of Palor over each eye, singeing her vision.
Aiden will immediately cease his detect and shake Sosora, say, Sosora, end it, snap out of it. And he will literally grab her by the shoulders and attempt to shake her.
It runs the full length of 6 seconds because she
I was
extended
gonna
the
say, I'm
length of
like-
her ability.
I'm like, Sosora's not. If she's got a voluntary choice in the matter, she's not ending it.
When you grab onto her, her hands sort of shake as you're jarring her, and you see that her hands are also burnt. Like she just grabbed onto a hot, fresh iron. Not the tops, but the bottoms.
Carter, well, I'll take my water flask and I'll pour it over her hands. I'm not going to pour it in her eyes.
As you pour it over her hands, you can immediately hear the bubbling and the sizzle pop as the skin begins to sort of like take on that the coolness, the natural coolness of the water versus what she's just touched. And you can see it almost like sputters at the heat, like it's still warm.
Do I get the sense that this is Palor's fire, basically? Like this is Palor's light?
Oh yeah.
I mean, also you would see the symbol Palor
You would
on
see
my eyes.
the
so.
twin matching symbols of Palor over her eyes.
Carter just calls that in Celestial, Dawn Father, please. She didn't know. Don't do this.
What the two of you hear is the sound of this chime ripple cracking across the room so violently loud that Rufus runs out, clutching onto a series of books that he may be using or utilizing as a bludgeoning stack of weapons. Jenya finds her way out as well to witness this event, and our camera turns.
This is why gods suck.
Our camera turns to find a one Aaron Reeves walking home alone after being attacked. You weren't expecting any sort of opposition. It's late. You were led to believe that this night would be relatively easy, which is why you wandered off by yourself. It's from this direction, probably 20 minutes home. Nothing that's going to be too difficult. In fact, you deliberately avoid some of the primary streets and where you might be spotted, especially by ne'er-do-wells. If the vagrants are getting bold enough that they are quite literally taking food for attacking people, it's safe to assume that maybe sticking to alleyways and lesser-known thoroughfares might be in your benefit. And you do that. You find some people. There are people still in the night. Homeless individuals that are stuck in between buildings watching you pass on. A few
Is this
guards.
raining?
Yeah. Yep. You'll see that there are a few troops of guards that are walking. One of them seeing you but expecting you to be amidst the vagrants and those without. Before you hit Obsidian Avenue, you hear a, "Hey, good looking."
Now I'll turn to look.
And you see a woman just astride a tavern that goes by the name of the Slippery Eel, I believe. You're out awful late.
The most interesting things happen at night.
You can say that again. Are you the most interesting thing that's about to happen to me?
Probably not tonight, though I might be around tomorrow.
Are you sure you're not feeling rather lonely?
No, I've got a nice warm bed over at home, so.
And I don't. Who are you to not invite a lovely girl like myself back to your bed? It's cold out here, and damp, might I add. What a gentleman you might be.
Unfortunately, tonight has left me in an ungentlemanly mood, so if you excuse me.
Unfortunately.
And Aaron will keep walking.
Guess I won't be having the last laugh tonight.
You guys really like playing games.
When you turn back around, there are 3 women there, but not the one that you spoke to. One of them says, "Hey, how's your night?" You
Could
got
be
deep
going a lot
pockets.
better.
Can show you a thing or two. Come on. He's a soft one. Come this way. Come to mama.
I think that's all right. If you know what's good for you, I'd keep going on your own way.
You stumbled up to us. We're here. Why don't you piss off?
And we'll keep walking.
Very well.
Gets clubbed from behind.
Aaron, you never quite shake the feeling as if you are safe. And you don't feel as if you aren't being followed the whole way. You find yourself looking in any direction you can, watching your blind at all times, probably even rotating a few times.
Take some double and triple right hands and make it a little harder to follow me, but yes, I do eventually get back to my home.
Give me a perception, Aaron.
All right. Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. No.
Nope.
Nope.
You have no luck rerolls?
Let me check. How many have I used?
No, you don't have any more luck rerolls. You only had 3, and you used mine after I got it for you, but not on the check after I got it for you. So you got 0, loser.
I think you've used 3. And
yeah.
I think we're like 6 away. No, it's. I don't think we're gonna get it. It's fine.
But you got
That's all right.
You pass on into your house. You find your way into your bed. But you make sure that your longsword isn't far.
Yep. In fact, so Aaron will, because he's going to be he didn't see anything, but tonight was weird, and he knows that they've made contact with him again. They were watching all the way to the church and all the way back. So he's going to set up, I guess, some kind of warning system by the door. Nothing super sophisticated, but maybe like a chair propped up under the handle. So even if they were to unlock it, they need to bust through.
Okay.
And maybe like a stick in the window to hold it shut. If they even have sliding windows, I'd assume it's not glass.
I love that. Right? You just spoke to poverty me right there. That was the way to keep people from breaking into your house.
Oh yeah,
Just put a stick in the sliding door. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the broomstick in the sliding door. Yeah.
No, they didn't. You didn't exactly live in a place that had sliding glass windows.
So I guess it's barred windows with shutters on it.
Your house probably had a window that was likely like a 1x1. Windows were not crazy fancy at the time unless you had extreme amounts of wealth.
Gotcha. So would you say this window is big enough for someone to get through?
You know, if they were a contortionist or the guy from the X-Files.
No, so contortionist is my worry there. So
I'm afraid of the circus. You know, they can get in.
Clown girls, man.
Oh, yeah, that's what's going to break into your house.
Yeah, for sure.
Clown girls. Farm leaves the church door open.
Yeah. Suddenly I remove the door. There's not even... There was a window? No, it's just a massive hole in the wall.
Yeah. But no, he'll prop a chair under the door.
Got it.
I guess find something to cover the window with, so if somebody were to go through it, it would fall to the floor.
Sure. Gotcha. Makes sense.
And then he'll dry out, put on clean linens, and put on his armor and then go to bed.
You're gonna put on your armor.
Yes.
You're gonna wake up fatigued. I love that. Unless you have endurance.
I have endurance.
Love that.
Aaron
Perfect.
does have endurance.
That's huge. This is the only guy I know that would put a literal chair up against the door and then get naked knowing he's been followed. You would not survive in any horror experience at all, and I love that for you.
I mean, I only had my sword, my belt, and normal clothes on, which are now soaked because I've been walking through the rain the entire night. So getting into dry clothes, leaving the wet clothes up to dry and getting an armor is probably the best thing here.
And you never really throw caution to the wind. You move carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep is beckoning. You need to do it. You believe that the others are going to have an easier night. They said that they would get... I mean, it's in a church. What's the worst that could happen, right? Surely.
Yeah.
Nothing bad can happen there.
And Leona would probably kick my ass if she came in there in the morning and I'm not in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
That would be strange.
Imagine if I stayed over at the church all night. She comes in here first thing and I'm not there, and she's like, "God damn it, Aaron!"
She just finds you, and you just catch her in the pose of SpongeBob Caveman, just like she's just constantly angry.
Yeah. She has the SpongeBob karate gear on and everything.
Every time. And then I think with this, I'm going to call her close on tonight's session.
Cool.
I know you were seeking resolution off of the events. And if you want to push your luck, you are more than welcome to. If you want to do the cool thing, the story-driven thing, I am so here for it. Even if it costs your vision, I'm here for it. Now, that's going to mark our episode 9. We're going to get these up. I'm going to go ahead and get a name for episode 8. Christy will have that up. And I'm guessing in at least the next couple of days, you guys will see this also on YouTube. We'll have to come up with a name for number 9. 10 is here next week. That would be the 13th. Oh, excuse me. The 12th. The 12th.
The 12th.
Yeah. Holy
Valentine's
smokes.
Day's on a Saturday.
Next week is Friday the 13th. Oh,
Sure
baby.
is.
Let's go.
I'm going to kill all my players in that game. Let's go. All right, y'all. Until next time.